was hit. We also know that civilians have been killed and wounded. And besides the capital, other cities such as Natanz, Khurramabad, and other areas have also been targeted. Now, the regime is saying it has come out and said that it's targeting Iran's nuclear facilities and nuclear programs. And this is the same regime that, of course, has assassinated Iranian scientists over the decades. And of course, nothing happened to them from the so called international community. This IAE.
Shalom, everybody, and peace of the Lord to all of you. I hope you can hear me very well. This is the Iranian Regime TV, and this is live from Iran. The Israeli armed forces, they are wiping the floor with the mullahs of Iran. And now they are crying, they are playing victim. Those filthy regime who keep shouting death to America, death to Israel, and they want to kill every Christian, every Jew. Now they are claiming that they are victims. Those footage you cannot see anywhere actually. The only one have access to it right now is the Iranian TV. I don't know how clear the image for you. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Let me know if you have any difficulty from your side. Let me see if everything is working fine. All right. So again, peace for those who love peace, and no peace for the wicked, the Lord said. And those are wicked, like they keep begging them, like, come on, let us have peace. No, we want to kill all the Jews. Like, let us negotiate. No. Let us have a deal. No. And they think, they think really they are superpower. When we know, look at them. And look how stupid they are. You see, the Israeli, they deceive them. They, the American, they told the Iranian, by the request of the Israeli, that they accept to do one more final negotiation. And that will make the Iranian relax, because they will not attack until this negotiation happen. So supposedly they schedule one more week, but the American, they knew it's just a waste of time. Those people, Trump is begging them for the last 3 months. Let us have a deal, and they refuse. And now they made them shish kebab. And look at this woman. She come in TV from Beirut, this foreigner woman. Let me see what she's come back she is saying. Those people, the Iranian TV, when they invite them, that means usually they are anti-America, anti-Israel.
People, of course, from Iran, from Hezbollah in Lebanon, from the Yemeni people and their armed forces and the Ansar Allah movement from Iraq and elsewhere, and of course at a popular level. But at an international level, what we're not seeing, there's still a discussion. We see things like the IAEA resolution calling and this incitement of some kind of,
See this filthy scumbag, she live in Beirut. She's praising Iran, defending Hezbollah, and saying why the international community are silenced. She don't see people hanging in the street from their neck. She don't complain about that. She don't complain about Iran slaughtering tens of thousands of people in Syria, in Iraq, and everywhere. No, she don't see that. She don't see what Hezbollah is doing in Lebanon, when they attack in Israel, not only in Israel, inside Lebanon. Those are the scumbags. She look like, those hippie, filthy, trashy, junkie of the West. Praising Iran, saying, where is the international community?
It's now tonight. We don't know exactly what has happened. One of them is Faridun Abbasi, who's a member of the parliament now. And of course, he also was before nuclear scientist.
I just received that the commander-in-chief of the Islamic Revolution of Iran is shish kebab. The commander-in-chief of the Islamic Revolution, this is the top, commander in the force of the terrorist, is shish kebab. The stupid Iranian regime, They put all the nuclear scientists in one building. And the Israeli, they made them shish kebab too. So not only they lost their buildings, they lost all the scientists in one day. The scientists who will make their nuke. A major, I just heard another news, a major commander of the general chief of the army is shish kebab too. I hope they will make the mullah, the big mullah of Iran, shish kebab too. Let us see. In Israel, they are saying that we reached the point of no return, because if we allow them one day more, Israel is at risk. So we have no choice but to do what we have to do. Yeah, they should have done this long time ago. I was waiting for this day for a long, long time. Very good. Make shish kebab of a terrorist. Come on. All right. Look at this coward, guys. This is a guy from USA. Shouldn't he be questioned and arrested? Somebody live in USA and he is supporting our enemy. Listen to this.
As you saw in Iraq, that war went on for more than a decade, and still was not resolved in any sense. It is true. This, by any definition under international law, is an act of war. I will be interested to see what Russia and China.
See the haters? This is an American citizen. Where is the CIA? Yeah, this is not a freedom of speech. When you support our enemy who want to kill American, this is a treason. This coward, he live in America, as you see. The name of this is city. You see, this filthy Iranian TV, government TV, they invite Western who hate America, including American. I hope this guy, he will be arrested, because this is not a freedom of speech. Iran killed 245 Marines. The first suicide bombing ever happened against American army. It was done by Iran in Beirut. And more than 54 French Air Force were killed too in the same attack. The only one who knows how to teach you how to eat your shit, you coward, is the Israeli. Excuse me, guys, for the language. I waited for this day for a long, long time. Seriously. Let me see if we can find more news. He's a former CIA. They should arrest him right away. Former CIA, huh? Let us see. And now everybody in the world, you should watch your mouth when you go against Israel. Do you see how Iran, how far it is? Nothing is far for Israel. They can wipe the floor with you. Until now, the attack is going, by the way. Breaking news. The Iranian, they confirm that the leader of the Islamic Revolution is dead. Let me show you his picture. Look at those cowards. They bring them from the West one after one to support Iran. The dogs. This potato is shish kebab now. Bye-bye. Look how many rings in his hands. He must be a homo. Look how many rings. Like, what is this? Abbas, what his name is? Abbas Nilfurhoshan was killed in Israeli strike. Very good, very good. Say hello to Nasrallah, buddy. All right? Don't forget to say hello to Nasrallah. I just received a news that the Israeli Air Force are hitting for the third time. Now, right now, as we speak, they are hitting for the third time.
Everything is mean the big dance. 48.
And they hit more than one target, not only one. Well, actually, not only one city. They hit Asfahan, many cities. There is more than 70 Iranian until now confirmed leaders, not just names, you know. So look like the Israeli, they knew where they live one by one. It's like, you know, the same what they did with Hezbollah. See, they just here confirm that the Chief Major General Hussein, his name is Salami. His name is Hassan Salami, Hussein Salami. They just made him Salami. Hey Salami, how you doing? You're dead? General Hussein Salami. Okay. What about pepperoni? So you see what they are doing, the Israeli, like they are wiping the enemy. You know, I hope there is some kind of organized revolution inside Iran, so the Iranian people, they will take over the country. That will be great, because now look, all of their forces is demolished. Now is the time. I hope there is a plan for such a thing. If there's no plan, I hope the Iranian, they will take advantage, because you know most of Iranian, by the way, they hate this regime. Most of Iranian, they hate even Islam. They want to finish with this filthy religion. So I hope now the people of Iran, they will revolt and they will take over the country. It's a great opportunity, and especially if Israel hit really hard, major target, and the whole country is in chaos. I mean, look at the hit everywhere in Tehran. Look. I mean, and you know, we know the Israeli, like the Iranian TV, they try to make it the Israeli are hitting civilian target. Those are not civilians. Those are not civilian targets.
Sanjuk, I want to thank you.
There's no news in the fake Euro news. Let us see the stupid BBC.
That
And what I just heard that hundreds of airplanes they are attacking Iran. Hundreds, not 100. I guess uh, the highest mullah of Iran now he is in the deepest basement you can imagine. Israel announced closing all schools for extended time, which means nobody knows until when. Let us see. BBC is closing. Let us see Euronews. The general chief of the Israeli army announced this attack is historic. Is a historic attack on Iran. Let us see. What is? Yeah, 7 kilograms of makeup, and she's wearing hijab, and she have a Christmas light over her clothing. Let us see. The news in Euronews, France. Any update?
Our main story this hour. Israel says it's carried out what it calls preemptive strikes against Iran. Dozens of explosions are heard across the country, with Israel's defense ministry and military saying they'd struck nuclear sites and likely killed various top Iranian military and nuclear figures. Israel's defense minister Israel Katz has declared a state of emergency, saying an immediate retaliation from Tehran is expected. We'll be live to our correspondents in Israel, in Tehran and in the US.
The leader of Faylaq al-Quds, which is the Mujahideen, is shish kebab too.
Over the past hours, Israel says it's carried out what it called preemptive strikes against Iran. Dozens of explosions have been heard across the country. Israel's defense ministry and military have said they've struck nuclear sites and likely killed various top Iranian military and nuclear figures. Iran has suspended flights at Tehran's main international airport. For the very latest, let's go straight to Saeed Azimi, who's there in Tehran. Saeed, thanks very much for joining us once again. First of all, since we've spoken, we've got confirmation of a number of fatalities in Iran. What are we hearing about this?
Yes, right now we can confirm that the Commander-in-Chief of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, Major General Hossein Salami, has been confirmed dead by the Iranian state TV in the Israeli strikes on Tehran. And we can also confirm that former Atomic Energy Organization of Iran's head, Freidoun Abbasi, is also dead. And another major blow to the military wing of Iran, Major General Gholam Ali Rashid, head of the IRGC Khatam al-Anbiya headquarters, is also confirmed dead. And as we said, a couple of nuclear scientists have been targeted. We can now confirm that Dr. Mohammad Mehdi Tehranchi, head of the managing director of the Islamic Azad University of Tehran, who had a PhD in quantum physics, is now also confirmed dead. And the number of civilian casualties in Tehran are unbelievably high. We can also confirm that one little girl was dead in the Israeli strikes. She was found under the rubble. The body has been retrieved, and we have seen devastating footage from all across the country.
And what's the situation there at the moment, Saeed, in terms of the strikes? Are they continuing at the moment?
They are continuing, but not in Tehran. They are hitting Tabriz, and they're also hitting, I'm assuming, the Fordo nuclear site near Qom, because we have confirmation that Qom is being targeted. And the strikes, here's how the whole thing played out. They first struck Tehran. They first struck the residences and headquarters of Iranian top military and political and nuclear officials. And then they started hitting Iran's nuclear facilities. and military facilities in Natanz. They have been hitting the Iranian enrichment facility in Natanz. They have been hitting the Imam Ali air base in Khorramabad, and they have been hitting air bases in Khondaq, and now they are continuing to hit nuclear and military bases in Tabriz and Qom.
And at
See?
this point, have we had any official reaction from the authorities?
What authority? They are in the basement, potato. So guys, look, they are hitting every possible target where they have a nuclear facility is hidden, and every possible target where there's leaders. And I am assuming too that they are destroying all the long-range missiles and storage and warehouses. I mean, they are wiping the floor with Iran. And now Iran, I just heard from the head and the chief of the Israeli army that this surgery or operation will continue as long it's needed. It's not like 1 hour, 2 hours. It will continue as long they need to. There's no time limit.
Rising Lion, a targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival. This operation will continue for as many days as it takes to remove this
See?
threat. For decades, the tyrants of Tehran have brazenly, openly called for Israel's destruction. They've backed up their genocidal rhetoric with a program to develop nuclear weapons. In recent years, Iran has produced enough highly enriched uranium for 9 atom bombs. 9. In recent months, Iran has taken steps that it has never taken before, steps to weaponize this enriched uranium. If not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year, it could be within a few months, less than a year. This is a clear and present danger to Israel's very survival.
Benjamin Netanyahu speaking a little earlier there. Well, Israel's Defense Minister Israel Katz has said that Israel is now under a state of emergency, expecting an imminent retaliation from Iran. Let's now cross to Noga Tarnopolsky in Jerusalem. Hi, Noga, once again. The Israeli military has also said this operation could take quite a long time. What are we hearing?
Yes, we are hearing that Israel expects the retaliation from Iran to be long and wide. We also heard before that from the Israeli army saying that this operation, which has been called Rising Lion, I believe, could last weeks.
Ooh, I like that.
I beyond that don't really know what to say. Israelis were actually told yesterday by the Home Front Command that they should calm down, that they should not overreact to American media reports, no need to hoard canned foods or water at home. So it's been a very confusing message in Israel, but right now the entire country is under absolute, complete emergency footing. Airspace over Israel has been closed, schools are closed, people have been told not to go to work. Tomorrow, the instructions for all Israelis, 10 million people, has been to stay home and to stay close to air.
Isn't it tomorrow is going to be weekend
beyond
anyway?
That, we don't yet have information. I know that Israelis are now engaged in the Israeli Air Force in a 5th strike of this night in Iran.
Now, Israel, as you say, under the state of emergency, giving us some of those details there. This comes despite, well, Israel has one of the most formidable air defenses in the world, but it still needs backing from its allies. And this comes after US President Donald Trump warned Israel against taking this move against Iran. Is Benjamin Netanyahu somehow trying to force Trump's hand here, betting he will intervene against Israel?
Here you see the stupidity of the media. You see, if this is true, that American, they don't know and they don't agree. So why the American, they were moving their citizens from Iraq, from Kuwait, from Emirat, from Bahrain, from everywhere. So obviously the American, they've been informed and they're in total agreement with the Israeli in doing this attack. Trump, he gave Iran a golden opportunity to save their ass. He was begging them for the last 3 months. He did the same actually first term he was a president. They refused too. So he knew that this is just, they are playing games. Those are Shia practicing taqiyya. Like those two guys who called me yesterday, they will never give an answer. This is the Shia. They are very hypocrite, very lying, very sneaky. And Israel knew that. In fact, I don't like Netanyahu, but now I like him very, 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 very much. Very. I mean, add like 100 very, after it. I always speak against him, but what he did today, he fixed all the issues I have with him. We are zero balance, Netanyahu, I forgive you. Okay, go, don't worry. I forgive you, man. It's okay. Yeah. Hit. Make shish kebab for those coward sons of Mutaz.
Is saying that Iran has the ability to create 9 nuclear bombs that threaten Israel right now. This is an utter failure of all of his efforts over 3 decades, and he is likely to want to show that he can ward off that danger.
And of course, it comes as the UN's nuclear watchdog had just confirmed that Iran was enriching uranium beyond its obligations in the non-proliferation agreement. So you think this is perhaps something to do with Netanyahu's decision to unleash these strikes now?
I mean, look how smart.
Well, clearly this has been planned.
Look how smart the French. So do you think because the Iranian, they are enriching their uranium so fast and too much, this is the reason behind this attack? No. Let me correct you. It's because they are enriching falafel. I mean, the attack because of falafel. I mean, who put this guy in the TV? Just give me a break. I mean, Kamala Harris will do better, like what has been burdened, but what have I been, something like that. Who is this scumbag? Vereshur, USA, must be an Iranian who live in USA. This is Vereshur.
But this is all done by the West.
Sure.
In fact, former presidents of Iran said so eloquently that wherever you see this violence and destruction, America is behind it.
No problem.
And that's sadly the truth in this region.
Yeah.
We know this to be the case. We know that they...
I mean, those scumbag, they support terrorism around the world, and anything happening in the world is happening because of the West. They have terrorist camps in Venezuela, terrorist camps in Africa, in West Africa, in South Africa, in Gaza, in Syria, in Iraq, in Yemen. And then he's talking about everything behind it is the West. The West and the American, this big shaitan. Yeah, they are the angels. This guy, he live in America. I think he's an Iranian. Somebody called the CIA. All those who appear in this station should be wanted. This is the Iranian official propaganda terrorist TV. And look, they have 2 pictures. They keep repeating them. I mean, this is your country, and you have 2 pictures. Show us. Why you are hiding, you potato? That's it? That's what you have? I like the Israeli when they send their bombs. They make light. I like it, It's like a firework. Yeah. Oof. What is that? What the Israeli are sending down? Netanyahu, come on. Can you tell me the name of the bomb?
Government that has issued very contradictory statements about its future vision for Gaza, but I think it's fair to say the majority of Netanyahu's ministers have overtly, openly said that they want to empty Gaza of Gazans and they want Israel to take it over. So I do think we should keep an eye on Gaza.
Yeah, keep an eye. She must be lefty, by the way. All those Western TV stations, like French, they invite only left-minded, weirdo people to speak in their TV. Yeah. United States, Washington.
In terms of reaction there.
Yeah, the US doubling down on that, really. The only real official word that we've had has come from that statement from Marco Rubio, which again, it's worth pointing out because he says in that statement, tonight Israel took unilateral action against Iran, We are not involved in strikes against Iran, and our top priority is protecting American forces in the region. Israel advised us that they believe this action was necessary for its self-defense. President Trump and the administration have taken all necessary steps to protect our forces and remain in close contact with our regional partners. Let me be clear, Iran should not target U.S. interests or personnel. Note, however, in that statement is missing a key line, which normally would be the U.S. supporting Israel in its strikes, in its endeavors.
You know what I noticed? That Hezbollah until now did not dare to fart. Like, do you notice? What happened to Hezbollah? Why Hezbollah don't get angry and takbir, Allahu Akbar, jihad? They are dead. In fact, Israeli, they hit Hezbollah today 3 hours or 4 hours ago in Lebanon. And they don't dare to fart. I mean, do you see how terrified they are? Very, very terrified. Teach them how to behave, those puppies. Let me see the IDF. Let's see.
I'm here.
One hour ago.
For years, the Iranian regime has called for the destruction of the State of Israel, planning and advancing concrete military plans to do so. Over the past few months, intelligence has shown that Iran is closer than ever to obtaining a nuclear weapon. This morning, the IDF began preemptive and precise strikes targeting the Iranian nuclear program in order to prevent the Iranian regime's ability to build a nuclear bomb in the immediate time frame. We have no choice. We are operating against an imminent and existential threat. We cannot allow the Iranian regime to obtain a nuclear weapon that would be a danger to Israel and the entire world. This operation is for our right to exist here, for our future and for our children's future. The State of Israel has the right and the obligation to operate in order to protect its people and will continue to do so. The IDF conducted significant preparations for this operation. We are well prepared both in defense and offense to defend ourselves. The IDF will continue to defend the State of Israel.
All right.
Saeed and Noga and I were talking privately 24 hours ago about the possibility of this kind of strike. Because there was words that came through that the Israelis had told the Americans that they were prepared to launch an operation inside of Iran, and we at one point thought that this strike could have come last night, but it's unclear as to whether they knew this strike was going to be happening this evening. The Trump definitely knew that something was in the offing, though, going against what he said earlier when he said Israel didn't tell him. He said he just had a feeling that something was going on. But we have reporting that the Israelis did tell the Americans that they were preparing for a strike, and that was in part what prompted Trump to issue that order to evacuate the embassy in Iraq. That was also reporting done by my colleague JJ at CBS News. So the White House was likely caught unaware in the sense that they didn't know this was maybe not going to be happening immediately. But it is hard to envisage a world where they did not know that anything was happening whatsoever. But yeah, Donald Trump will not likely be happy about this. He's been looking for a more peaceful solution to the Iranian nuclear problem. And of course, there was a belief that these strikes, if they were going to happen, wouldn't happen before Sunday, because it was announced late in the evening on Wednesday that Steve Witkoff, the man who's been running these negotiations for the Americans, was going to be meeting the Iranian foreign minister on Sunday. Now, it's unclear whether those talks will now still go ahead,
No,
because, of course,
you
the
see,
game board now
you
is
see this
completely
this
changed.
agreement, this agreement about negotiation on Sunday, it was just to deceive the Iranian, to make them believe that the attack is not happening now. All right? Because they will negotiate about what? There's no need for negotiation. It's over. Now we can keep all the sanctions, so the Iranian regime can collapse, and we do not need to negotiate about anything. That's it. You see, the stupid Iranian regime, if they accept to come to a resolution, they can just do it like the taqiyya style, you know, like, okay, we will not, you know, we promise you, and then they keep doing what they do usually, doing it secretly. But they are stupid. They refuse to agree. And now there is no point of negotiation. Negotiate what? Why would negotiate? Who need them? What big mouth? What you are saying? Iranian news agency quotes security source as saying Iran planning decisive response to Israel. Yeah, you made me fart. I cannot wait for it. Yeah. You know, usually when the Iranian attack, all their missiles, they will fail over the Arab in Israel. It's like they are targeting the Arab, you know? I mean, they are so dummy. Like in the previous time with Hezbollah, Iran, when they hit missiles over Israel, one missile only hit a farms owned by Jews. They killed 9 cows. The rest of the attack, if they attack anywhere, they hurt only Arab, which is very weird, you know? Like they send their missile to kill the Arab. Yeah, you see the Iranian TV, they are sending you a building to show you that those are civilian. No, those were the scientists, I think. Those scientists where they live. The Israeli, they hit precisely where they don't waste even a bullet. You know, they are very conservative in spending the money. You know, this is Israel. So they will not hit, they will not waste. So here you see this target here. That means there's the commander, maybe the commander in chief. Look, this is a fancy building. You can tell this is a fancy area. So those are the leaders of Hezbollah in Iran. They live in this area. Look how fancy this area. Nice buildings. Look at the marble. Look at the windows. So this is not a civilian area as they try to present for you in the video. This potato, his name is Christopher Hilali. So he called himself a Christopher, but his last name is a Muslim. All right, potato. Obviously, he used a fake name. Yeah. Houthi Muslim. What the Houthi he said? The Muslim what? Yemeni leader, we are imposing air blockade in response to Israel escalation. So the Yemeni terrorists, they will close all the space of in the Red Sea, so no flight. I hope Trump will hit them, because that will break the agreement. You have no right to do that. At least one Lebanese killed in a fresh Israeli attack. Okay, no problem. He must be a member of Hezbollah. What the Lebanese doing in Iran? Yeah. Let us see here if there's anything. This is Gaza here. You see, those filthy Iranian, they caused the death of a lot of Ukrainian. All the attack the Muslims Chechenian army they do against Ukraine is made by drones made by this filthy regime. So I'm sure that the Ukrainian now, they are so happy to see this filthy regime is paying the price. In fact, if I am a Ukrainian, I will give them some blow, joining the Israeli, because they deserve to be punished for their crimes. What a filthy regime. I mean, you cannot find one place there's a bloodshed, they are not participating in it. Look at the fancy building they have. Look. Yeah, this is where the leaders live. Fancy cars, fancy buildings, yeah. And the stupid regime, they put all the top nuclear scientists in one building. I mean, how nice is that, The Israeli do not need to look for them. Hello? Is that the building for the nuclear program? Yes, sir. Who is talking? Are you guys all of you there? Yes, we are here. Can you say takbir? Why? Because we will make you shish kebab. Say the last time. Go ahead. Say it. Who are you? I'm Jack Shalom from Jerusalem, you idiot. Boom. I mean, have you ever heard of somebody trying to protect his, program to make a nuclear? They put all the scientists in one building. I mean, how stupid you are. Like, you could not make it easier to the Israeli to finish them out? All of them in one building? Like, why? You are short of buildings? Look how genius they are. Unbelievable. I say we are the Arab, we are the smartest, which means the stupidest, but I think the Iranian this time they did beat us. Hey, sorry, Arab, the Iranian did beat you this time. You lost the Nobel Prize of stupidity. The Iranian, they did beat the hell of you. You can't be proud about the most stupid no more. Iranian, they took the first place. Iranian regime. Yeah, put them all in one building. Yeah, good for you. Yeah. Man. Let us see. They keep repeating the same pictures. The Israeli are attacking them non-stop, and they keep showing the same pictures. What about you? Show us what's going on. Iranian regime, shame on you, potatoes. Ooh, or what is that now? French. Yeah. Stupid French TV. Let us see if the IDF, they have any more news.
I'm here at the Kerem Shalom.
Don't tell me I'm here. You are not there no more. This is old video. Give me a break. I don't swallow those things. I'm here. No, you are not. So if you are here, who is here? I am here. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing in the IDF channel. Let me see if there is any news from different agency. Marco Rubio, he he announced that Israel, they told in advance the USA, and they told them that this is a very life-threatening situation, so we have to do it. And USA support Israel and their decision. All right. Marco Rubio, he warned the Shia militant in Iraq and Hezbollah or any other party to involve or else. Very good, very good. Let's see. I'm trying just to find some news somewhere additional to this. This is a collection of videos here. Yeah, there's nothing here.
We're hearing more details on the fatalities there in Iran so far.
Yes, we have now confirmation that Iran's Commander-in-Chief of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, Major General Hossein Salami, is now confirmed dead. His deputy, Major General Ghulam Ali Rashid, is also confirmed dead. That actually is a very significant blow to the IRGC and to the Iranian military wing. We have now confirmation that Iran's top military official, Major General Mohammad Bagheri, is safe. He was in the war room, and he's not killed in the Israeli strikes, unlike what has been reported in the media. And we also have confirmation that a couple of nuclear scientists, including former head of the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, Faridun Abbasi, is killed. And we also have footage and reports of unbelievably high civilian death.
Now, Israel's, of course,
yeah, civilian. They are civilian.
Nuclear sites as well. What sort of confirmation do we have on that?
Minutes ago, the Israelis targeted Natanz enrichment site again. There had been an explosion earlier, and the fire and the smoke was not contained. But the second explosion came again, and right now the authorities in Natanz are checking for possible nuclear contamination and nuclear pollution, and the safety risks for the citizens of Natanz. And this is a very major escalation. It could endanger the lives of many people, not just in Natanz and the city, the whole province of Isfahan. And it's a very risky thing to do. We are aware that that Israel tried to target 4 nuclear sites in Qom, exactly the sites that Iran today updated the centrifuges from IR1 to IR6, and in order to speed up uranium enrichment in response to a resolution passed by the IAEA Board of Governors against Iran, saying that Iran was non-compliant with the IAEA.
And of course, we're all waiting for the official reaction there from Tehran. I don't believe we've heard any so far. Do we have any idea when we can expect it?
No, I don't know for now when we can expect an official reaction from Tehran. But reports about Iran officially waging war are not true. There hasn't been an official statement yet, and we are yet to find out what is.
I believe that the next step is they will send commandos in the ground, and don't be surprised. Israeli, they have history of doing that. They did that in Syria. They did that in many places. When they attacked the nuclear facility in Syria, they sent commandos in the ground, because those facilities, they were deep in the ground, so they have to enter it in, and they have to destroy it from within. So I will not be surprised that now they are attacking all the defense, and they are attacking what they can destroy from the space, and they will see from the intelligence in the ground, because I believe that the Israeli have some people who they are Iranian, they are spying for them to tell them the result of the attack. So if the result was success, then the Israeli army do not need to send commandos down in the ground. If the result is not success, either they have to repeat the attack, as we see here, he mentioned they are repeating the attack in the same place like second and third time, which means the first time is not total success. And usually what they do, because it is deep in the ground, they destroy the first shield, and then they destroy the second shield. Let us say that you have three floors, all of them they are thick with concrete. So your bomb can destroy, let us say, a thickness of a 20 meter each. So they make a hole of a 20 meter, then the second bomb until they reach all the way down. If they could not do it this way, then they have no choice except sending commandos in the ground. And the Israeli army are very well trained in commandos. They are the best in the world, you know. So don't think it's a mission impossible. Like in Lebanon, the Israeli commandos, they landed in the highway close to the airport. They arrest the assistant of Hezbollah leader at that time. They went down in the street. They have even dogs with them. Can you imagine? And all Hezbollah, they disappear from the street. So I will not be surprised if the Israeli do the same, even do some arrest. I will not be surprised if the commandos come down somewhere and they arrested some figures, you know, like maybe even scientists, so they can get more information from him or wherever he is about the program, and if there's more hidden locations. Let us hear if there's more news.
Expecting an imminent retaliation from Iran. Let's cross to Noga Tarnopolsky, a correspondent in Jerusalem, for the latest. As we said,
I don't think the Iranian will be able to respond right away. They are under shock. It's going to take them some time to swallow it. Especially the head of all commanders are potatoes now. They are shish kebab. So retaliation need an army who's ready to retaliate. And obviously they are, you know, I mean, look at them. Until now, they could not even shoot one airplane down. The Israeli are playing in the Iranian space. It's like going to do shopping. Like, did you notice? Round after round after round. Do you hear in news about one Israeli airplane shut down? Zero. This is telling you that they have full control of the airspace. So how they can retaliate? In order to retaliate, you have to be able to take your equipment out, expose them to the sky. The Israeli army now in the top of your sky. Now we know that Iran is so big, but we know in the same time that the Israeli, they have top technology. So they can notice where it's coming from and they can eliminate the target immediately. Israeli Air Force they can hit a target from hundreds of kilometers away. The airplane can hit a target far distance from where the airplane is. So when they speak here about when Iran is going to retaliate, I don't think Iran will be able to do anything. We might hear this guy, the Houthi, he shoot a missile what is usually hit nowhere, you know. It's just a stupid threat, you know, mean nothing. But I don't think the Iranian will be able to. They are under shock now.
The weekend will, in fact, be transformed by an Iranian attack, which is what the Israeli army is basically warning Israelis, that the next few days will be spent in air raid shelters.
It's a very interesting image you paint there, Noga. Israel, an empire trying to change the world, but it still needs the backing of its allies, doesn't it? It can't do this alone if Iran attacks.
Well, it can't do this alone. If Iran attacks, at least it has shown in the past it can't do it alone. And again, as we've been discussing just yesterday, we were told that the chief of staff of the Israeli army had made it plain to the Israeli cabinet that was eager to launch this attack that Israel could not go it alone militarily, that Israel should not launch a unilateral attack on Iran, which is exactly what is underway right now, as announced specifically by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who basically linguistically washed his hands of this and said the United States has nothing to do with this. So there are two aspects. Can Israel do this successfully on its own militarily?
Give me a break.
And will Israel be able to defend itself?
Yeah. Imagine this is an Israeli, you know, those lefty, they keep whining, you know, they are like, would we be able to defend by oneself? I mean, don't you see you're stupid? What's wrong with you? You are controlling their airspace. You killed all their commands. Would we be able? Lefty, you know, they bring the lefty. This is France 24, BBC. They bring you the garbage of any country. They will not bring you someone who says something right. You know? The American, I told you before, Trump is a potato. He will not go to war. He is not a war guy. But Trump now, he will get the fruit of this. Because he do not need to threat Israel, to threat Iran. He say, okay, see, I told you, you know the thing, I told you, you don't listen to me. If you listen to me, we will have agreement, but you don't want to listen to me, no problem, okay, no problem. So now the Israeli is the one who will attack. Trump is going to get the result. Like he will praise himself, like, I told them, I warned them, you will be facing my power. But he did nothing, by the way, you know. But I have to say, now Iran, when they send their missiles back, I think the American will help to take down big amount of them, because you know those missiles, they have to fly over Iraq, over Syria, over Jordan, and the American army is all over. So I believe the American, they did not like join in the attack, yes, but I believe they help Israel with a lot of intelligence with their target. At the same time, they will help the Israeli to stop any missiles to arrive to Israel. However, I am very sure the Israelis are ready for this. They knew what they are doing. They will not be jumping into such a thing. This is a big thing. This is not a joke, unless they are ready totally for such an attack. Israel declared the state of emergency.
Not involved in any way. That this was a unilateral action, and that the U.S. top priority is protecting its troops. Now, one could argue that it's almost impossible that this strike was carried out on Iran without U.S. weapons. Of course, the U.S. is the biggest supplier of weapons to Israel, so it's almost impossible that these strikes that have taken place have not used U.S.-made munitions. I should point out I'm working an angle to try to get that confirmed as to what exactly was used in the strike by the Israelis, and now we're kind of in the situation where we're looking into what the Iranian retaliation is going to be. There will be a retaliation. The Iranians have already said that. They said they're going to have a harsh retaliation
Harsh.
to these attacks. And to pick up on what Noga was saying just a short time ago about the Iranian attacks on Israel that we saw a few months ago under the Biden administration, we were working that night when it took place. I actually had a bit of a heads up that those attacks were taking place. And at the time, you'll recall that the American government said that this was not telegraphed. That was a line that John Kirby used to like saying quite a lot, that this was not a telegraphed punch from the Iranians. That was not the sense that I got talking to top officials and top US officials at the time. It was very much the fact that the Iranians had kind of, through back channels, told the Americans how the strike would be coming, what they would be sending. Of course, they sent waves of slow-moving drones that take hours to fly from Iran to Israel. And then the second time around, we saw that increase in ballistic missiles, which are much harder to shoot down and make their way from Iran to Israel in just about 13 minutes. But in that second wave, we saw an increased U.S. presence. We saw the battleships. We saw the U.S. joining forces with the U.K. in various installations across the region in places like Jordan to help shoot those missiles down. Whether there is now any cooperation between the U.S. and Iran in the back channels to telegraph this punch will be fascinating to see. But it appears that this is now a completely different kettle of fish to what we saw a few months ago. And this is...
All right, shut up. Trump is going to hold a security meeting with his cabinet, the top security, to discuss the situation. And I think everything is going very good. I pray that the Israeli, they are successful in their eliminating. We don't want this attack to be just destroying some buildings, you know. We wanna be sure that their attack is successful to eliminate Iran regime from being able to make and generate nuclear weapon. So I hope that will destroy. I mean, this is their opportunity. You see that last time during the war, the Israeli, they wasted many opportunity. You should not listen to the American anyway. It's your country, it's your nation, and it's your people who will die. What Trump he say doesn't count. What the filthy Biden they say doesn't count. What count is how to save your people. So they should do what they have to do. We know that those Iranians, they are mentally ill. They have a lot of hatred to Israel. Even though they want to destroy, by the way, all their neighbors, not only Israel. I mean, those Iranian regime, Hezbollah, they would love to finish all of Saudi Arabia, Emirat, Bahrain, all of them, all the Sunni countries around them. But they use Israel as a reason to earn support from the public. So we make our hatred in the sign is about Israel, but in the behind of the sign we have Saudi Arabia, we have Emirat, we have Bahrain, we have all the Middle East. They want to establish their Shia empire, the same as used to be during the time of the Fatimiyyin. This is the target.
The State Department, and I've asked them whether these talks on Sunday are still going ahead. It's hard to imagine how they will, but I asked them whether the US was still planning on holding these talks, and whether Steve Witkoff, who's been negotiating this deal with Iran, is still planning on meeting Iran's foreign minister. And their response to me was, "Can I get back to you in the morning?" So they clearly, this is a very fluid situation, and likely something that Trump is going to be discussing on his now cleared schedule at that National Security Council meeting in the Situation Room at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Thanks, Fraser, for the moment. Let's put the question you asked just a moment ago. Has Donald Trump lost his influence over Benjamin Netanyahu? Has the US lost its influence over Israel? Let's bring in...
Look, guys, look at this. Look at this question. Has Donald Trump lost his influence over Netanyahu? They think that Trump is TikTok guy. What do you mean influence, you idiot? I mean, you stupid people. Even your question is silly. His influence. This is a state. This is the country by itself. What influence? Do you think that Trump is making a TikTok account and he have a fan? and Netanyahu is not his fan no more? What do you mean influence? So the stupidity of those liberal TV stations, they don't understand that Israel is a country by itself, and they are powerful, regardless of America's support or not. Israeli army is one of the most powerful armies in the world. Period. As you see, they are carrying attack by their own. America is doing nothing. You see, any country in the world to attack Iran, they should be worried so much. Iran is not a small, tiny country. It's about 100 million population. They were able to establish a lot of advanced stolen technology from the West, thanks to the Americans, stupid. They keep accepting Iranian Hezbollah, students in their university. In fact, all countries in the world, they send their students to learn America so they can attack America. The same as the Pakistan, they send their students to study in America how to make nukes. All because a stupid American university like Harvard and the rest, all what they care for is just pay us the tuition. So all the enemy of America, they come to America to learn from America how to destroy America. So what they need to know, that Israel is a superpower, is not just a small country. It is literally a superpower. Who dare? You see, if even the Iranian now, if the so-called retaliation, they have to calculate their retaliation carefully, because if you try to hurt Israel, Israel will wipe you out. You know what wipe you out mean? They can. But Israel didn't want that. Israel are hoping that the Iranian regime will collapse and the Iranian will take over. Israel is willing to have peace with Iran. In fact, they have a good relationship with the Iranian people. The Israelis don't hate the Iranian. They have no problem with the Iranian. So the Israeli, their plan is, we are going to weaken this regime. That's why they are killing all the head commands. I hope they will be able to send this guy, the mullah, Khamenei, to Allah, so Allah will make his penis endless. That will be a penalty, not a reward. So this is what the Israeli hope for. Israel didn't want to attack Iran. It's the opposite. I mean, even a student at the age of 6 years old, before they enter the classroom, they have to shout death to America, death to Israel. Do you look tough as that guy? Ah, no, this is look nice, guy. This is what tough? This is not tough. What do you know about tough? Trust me, I look, just to tell you, I look at the dishes. They are dirty. The dishes will become clean right away. True story, by the way. This is how tough I am. Like you might use those things that are made from aluminum to clean the dishes, like the one they are burned or something stuck on them. I don't do that. I just look at the dish. The dish will become shiny. Sometimes, if I look too much, the dish will be melting. And this is a true story, by the way. I have no witnesses because I'm an Arab. Usually you need witnesses, right? But we Arab, we are blessed by Allah, so we do not need any witness for any story we say. Jibreel is my witness. Jibreel and Allah. And Abdul, Just say Prophet Muhammad said, everybody agree. It doesn't matter how big the popo is. So this is the facility, the fertility.
How far will the Iranians go? We've got to remember last time they retaliated to the Israeli strike, what they did is they went just above the threshold to saturate Israeli anti-missile defenses. They fired just over what was the maximum capacity of Israeli defenses. That's at least what experts were saying. Do they actually have the capacity right now to overrun those missile defenses and to actually deal a significant blow to Israel? I'll add also that there was declarations by the Iranian officials that they were intended on, attacking Israeli nuclear infrastructure. So we'll have to see where that goes as well. So there's a wide range of options when it comes to what Iran could do. They could indeed decide to hit Israel. They could decide to hit American bases, in which case the United States of America would be forced to side with Israel and take part in this conflict,
Presumably something
which
they
they
would
will
want to
very
avoid.
probably do anyway. Sorry?
Presumably something they would want to avoid.
Well, the thing is, can they avoid it? I mean, if you look at recent history, I don't see when or why the United States would not side with Israel in a conflict with Iran. This is something which is very probably going to happen anyway.
Someone
So,
saying,
you
if
know, the
USA can have nuke and other country can have nuke, why Iran cannot? Because Iran make it clear that their nuke is to destroy America and to destroy Israel. Their nuke obviously is not for protection. In fact, we should not allow any Islamic country to have nukes because we know that those mental people, they have a dream to nuke everybody, to conquer the world. So this is not about why I can, why they cannot. This is not how it works. They are criminals. They are terrorists. Do you think if Iran have nukes, they will keep their nukes in their basement? I mean, don't you see? They don't have anything. They are attacking Israel. And they're attacking America. Iran attacked American bases many times. Like, they don't have a brain. So you wait for them until they have their nukes. That means you are an idiot. They have the same pictures in the Iranian TV. Very typical Islamic station. They will repeat the same stairs. Look, the same stairs. And then the guy is wearing flip-flop. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, the same. Here we go. The flip-flop guy's taking off his panty and he's wearing the bikini. And there's water coming downstairs. They will repeat the same until next week. That's it. They don't have anything. Iranian TV. Islamic stupid TV. Potatoes. Let us see. Euronews, there is no news in Euronews. They have the same news non-stop. What a stupid station. Potatoes. Let us see here. Hold on. Yeah, all the world news. There is no news really. Let me see if I can find something else. What, they give you a high school degree? Hiroshima reversed it? Okay. Yeah, if the Japanese were not evil to join and attack America, there would be no Hiroshima. So don't cry much. It was your stupid leaders and their greed. They want to occupy the world. Let us see. Israel security official says Iran chief of staff likely to be eliminated. Change the word, not eliminated. Shish kebab, shish kebab. Mr. Hussein Salami, well, he's a Salami anyway. He was a Salami, he became a Salami. Let us see if there is something. I don't see anything here. Let me see the news from Israel. Yeah, the Israeli, they shut down all the schools to further notice. It can be for a week, it can be for 10 days. Simply, will be kind of an open war until the target is satisfied. You know what I mean? They will not stop. This is not like last time, like 15-minute attack. Finally, they have a new pictures. What the time now in Iran? Is that what is the time now in Iran? Hold on. Iran local time. It is 6:29 a.m. All right, so this is the morning. Look at the smoke. We smoked you, Iranian regime. Look what they have in the screen. They have a black label tape. Do you see, guys, the black? They just added the black. Is maybe the Israeli, they killed the Khamenei. You know, they will put this if something big happen. You know, do you see the black label? Huh? All right. And people, they call this conflict. This is not a conflict. This is Islam. This is not a conflict. This is not temporarily. Those people, they hate the Jews because the filthy Muhammad told them to kill all the Jews. Stop using the word conflict. This is not a conflict. Conflict usually is like two countries, they have a conflict of interest. Like, I want this, you want that. This is not about this. This is religiously motivated. Otherwise, what Iran have to do with Israel? Do they have a border? They are too far from each other. They keep using the word conflict. It is a religious, motivated war. And such a thing is not a conflict. It is for eternity, until the day of judgment. As long those people believe in the filthy Muhammad, they believe in fighting and killing the Jews and the Christians. Spokesman for the Chief of Staff Armed Forces says Israel attack carried out with help of USA. Those are the Iranians saying that. Yeah, they have to say that because they want to tell the public why we are disable to do anything.
Connected to the military, and this is completely off the charts and completely unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
The people who are here are outraged. This is an area, and uptown Tehran is considered one of the safest areas in the Iranian capital that has been attacked.
Yeah, you know, the same as the terrorists of Hezbollah, they are in Beirut. It is civilian area. They are under the schools. It's civilian area. They are in the airport. It's civilian area. I mean, the Hezbollah and the Iranian regime, they don't do anything. They all is civilian area. And the Israeli are going all the way to hit civilian area. We know that this is where your terrorists live. This is where your leaders live. And maybe this is the building where the scientists live too. Scientists are legitimate target because those are the one who they are making bombs. Those are not scientists who study a solution for farming. Those are making bombs to destroy Israel. Israeli media report regime has started fourth waves of attack on Tabriz, Kermanshah province. Very good, very good. Yeah, this is where you have your potato chip. Iran said Israel and US will pay a heavy price. We are waiting for it. Bring your balloons.
Of those who are martyred, and the Zionist regime just provided itself a very bitter and painful destiny with this crime, and it will definitely receive it.
Sure,
This
sure.
is the message that we just got from the Iranian Supreme Leader. And meanwhile, his political advisor, Ali Shamkhani, was targeted in the Israeli airstrikes, and he's severely injured. He was transferred to a hospital. We don't know
He lost his balls.
what his injuries are, but I know that he's severely wounded, and I don't think he's going to make it.
So Supreme Leader is not dead yet?
Let's now speak to James Andre, our senior reporter here on set with us. James, of course, we've been hearing about the US trying to distance itself from Israel's actions here. Donald Trump, of course, warning just hours ago that Israel should not do this ahead of a next round of nuclear talks on Sunday with Tehran. But in a sense, if Iran strikes Israel, the US will fall in line, won't it? So is this just sort of buying time somehow?
Well, pretty obviously what will happen is that if Iran chooses to indeed hit American interests in the region, there will be very clearly a response from Washington and from the United States. If it attacks Israel in a very strong form, it will be the same thing. So the fact of the matter is, the decision, we'll see what Iran decides to do. Iran could very well decide to indeed, do good on its threat to attack American bases in the region. If it does so, well, it will be in a direct confrontation with the United States of America. The thing is, if they do hit Israel with any force, the Americans will definitely defend Israel. I mean, that is a very, very probable thing. So they could make any decision. The thing is, you see, there is just a minute ago, new missiles have been falling, or attacks have been falling onto Iranian soil. So this means that, yes, these are waves of attacks. And what we saw, if you compare to what happened when Israel attacked Hezbollah, they were very, very precise in their strikes. They managed to destroy all weapon depots of the Hezbollah before they were even able to fire many missiles into Israel. So the question mark is, how quickly will Iran respond, and how will it respond? But the fact of the matter is, they know full well that the Americans will very probably back Israel if Israel is directly, attacked, and there's a direct retaliation of any strength against Israel. So it's a very difficult situation.
It's a very difficult situation. I mean, guys, why in the world this guy is even talking? Did he say anything? Listen, if the Iranian attack Israel, possibly and properly and perhaps and maybe, and I think so, and God knows and Allah knows best, that Muhammad knows nothing, and shish kebab hummus, that America will support. You keep repeating the same stupid thing. I mean, they brought those people, by the way, they paid them to be in TV to say nothing. We know that. Tell us something we don't know, you idiot. Probably, perhaps. It's like the Quran. Allah keeps saying maybe. It may be Allah will help you. It may be Allah will forgive you. Just give me a break. The Aryan TV is better than you. Let us hear the stupid Aryan TV. Hey, wave your hand before he died. Too bad now. This is before he died.
Message by the Supreme Leader is addressing as well. You just mentioned that there has been a message, and in that he has reaffirmed that there would be a reaction and retaliation
Sure.
to this attack.
Let me just jump in here. So sorry to interrupt you. Ayatollah Khamenei said Israel should prepare itself for a bitter, painful fate that it will definitely and certainly
I hope they will send you a rocket in your ass, Supreme Leader. Supreme my butt.
Keep our viewers up to date. What's going on? Go ahead, please.
Iran has been trying to show restraint.
Yeah.
It did not want to get into a
Look,
war.
Guys, look.
With Israel.
Hold on. Do you see what is in the ground? They are walking over our flag, and the stupid Trump is negotiating with them. Do you see it? This is their warehouse where they are storing their weapon, the Israeli flag and the American flag. How we can negotiate with those people? Those are permanent enemy. They want to destroy us. So we better destroy them before they destroy us. There's no question about that. Can we sign an agreement with somebody, their official, their children, their school, their university, before they enter even to study elementary school, they have to shout, death to America, death to Israel? We will make you shish kebab, you son of Mutaz. Just attack us. Just try. I was in the USA Army and I know how powerful this army is. You have no idea. They will make you literally shish kebab.
We're not involved in that. It's not working like that. So they are, the Americans and the Zionist regime, both of them, in all ways, would be legitimate targets for the Iranian missiles and Iranian attacks. And this time, it's not just about the infrastructure, about the facilities. They
No.
have targeted civilians.
Sure.
All the civilian areas, all the buildings.
Sure.
and all the
Guys, they target civilians. This is only civilians, you know, civilian in this country. So this guy, he died where? Between the civilian. Abdul. Yeah, Abdul, how you doing? I mean, you look truly like Abdul. I mean, you are a very genuine Abdul. And look, they keep kissing each other. And everybody have rings, you know, they love to put rings in their hands. Yeah, we death to America, death to Israel. We are going to make you shish kebab. Allahu Akbar. We have long penises. Do you have long penises? You don't have. Look, this is our penis in the. Why you don't move it? Just put it out. Shoot it. You coward! You could not even kill one Israeli by sending 500 missiles. 500 missiles. I mean, at least, like, hit somebody. 500 missiles. You know, once I was shooting a target. I don't know, I think I shot all the magazine, one magazine, I think. So I shot like 10 bullets, and then I got 16 bullets in my paper. What a miracle. How I shot 10 bullets, and I got 16. Thanks to 2 female ladies, they were shooting next to me. So they miss only 2 meters, you know, like, it's a miracle. You know, and this is Iran. Iran is like those females who are shooting next to me. All their bullets, they come in my paper. 500 missiles, you coward, you potato. What kind of missiles those missiles are? Are they firework? Potato.
Undermining, I think, American interests by carrying out this attack. And when Iran does respond, one can only expect that the United States is going to assist in one way or another
Sure.
in defending Israel, as it did before in previous Iranian missions.
Guess my... you know what?
Iran did attack Israel. There were Israeli army announcements assuring Israelis that its allies would provide Israel with an extra layer of military defense. We have not yet heard that. Oh, but now I can give you some breaking news. Apparently Iran have launched, let me just make sure what I'm telling you is correct. This is coming through right now. I can't tell if this is something specific about an Iranian launch that has been identified or just a general announcement, but the Israeli Home Front Command has just told Israelis that they should expect to hear air raid sirens.
Yeah, I don't think Iran, they can launch anything, even though she is saying they already launched, but I don't think that's true. The Iranian now, they are under shock. Same time, as long as the Israeli are in control of the airspace, Iranian, they knew that the second they move, they're, because those trucks, those are massive, huge, you know. Those are not small, tiny one. You have to take them from those basement, and I am sure that the Israeli are watching it. So I will not be surprised if the Israeli have drones, not only fire jet, flying over Iran. You know, those kind of drones who can fly non-stop for many, many days. So I am sure that the Israeli are monitoring every move in the ground, and I'm sure they knew where those missiles are hidden, and they were the warehouse, even if they are deep. Let us say they are so deep to hit them, but they can hit the entrance, they can hit the exit, which means they cannot really use it to launch. They will have their missiles down, but they cannot take it off. So speaking about Israel attacking or being attacked, it will happen maybe, but it's going to take some time. And if it happened, it's going to be happening either from Iraq or from Yemen. But right now, I don't think the Iranian, they are capable of doing such a thing, especially they see the only time they can do such an attack when they see the Israeli airplanes disappear from their space. And as long as Netanyahu, he mentioned that this is an operation will continue for coming days, even he said weeks. So this is not 2 hours hit and bye-bye. And then Iranian military, they will prepare the missiles and they will shoot. The Israeli present is not leaving the sky. And you can tell the Israeli, they are dominating the sky of Iran. With all they bought the S-400 from Russia, they bought many technology from Russia, from China, and until now they could not hit one airplane or a drone of the Israeli. This is telling you that the Israeli really in total control of the Iranian space. This is why when they speak about retaliation, it can happen if the Israeli are monitoring some area and the Iranian, they have a surprise of some weapon hidden in different area. But even that is going to be very funny to do, because if you do retaliation and your retaliation is so weak and so silly, then the Supreme Court promise is a joke and he will become a joke for his people. And I believe that the promise of severe retaliation is going to be a joke for the Iranian before the enemies, because they will laugh at this regime who keep talking about, we will teach Israel how to behave, we will show you what you can do, and then at the end of the day, they can do nothing. Let us see, there's a breaking news from Israel. Let us see.
More than likely on the phone to his counterparts in the Israeli government, but right now no real official word coming from the U.S. government. But it is going to be a fine balance now going forward as to what happens here. How will Donald Trump try to engage the Israelis on this? What conversations will he be having with Netanyahu? And where do the Iranians go from here? Now, speaking to a source from the past administration, from the Biden administration, I spoke to them about how long it would take this kind of thing to be retaliated against by the Iranians. They told me that it would take some hours. It would not be an immediate reply, and it also depends on how badly their infrastructure is damaged.
Hey, give me a break. Listen, guys. We don't even see during the attack any fire shooting from the ground at the Israeli army. Did you know this? This is the capital of Iran, Tehran. In all the videos, we did not see any response from the ground shooting back at the Israeli Air Force. And then you ask yourself, if in Tehran they could not respond to what's happening in Tehran, how they can respond to Israel? I mean, their defense system obviously must devastated to the point they could not even shoot like even normal like anti-craft, like those they put them in the truck in the back. We did not see even one of them shooting at the sky. That means all of them, they are hitting the revolutionary so-called guards. They are guarding nothing. They are hidden in the under the basement of Nasrallah. Yeah, I think we have obviously what's happening is exposing how weak this regime. Right? We will take we will take commercial break. Hold on. Commercial break. Let us do this. So you can, learn a little bit about the music.
אתה נראה כמו סוס יאור, יש לך שכל של ציפור, עדיף שתישאר בבור כי בקרוב אתה תמות. אתה פשוט אידיוט גמור עם שיגעון גדלות חמור, אתה שטן או בקיצור אתה חלאת האנושות. גם אם תזרוק עלינו טילים או תאיים על הגלילים, החברים שלך מסוריה ואיראן. גם אם תפיל כאן עוד קטיושות, תדע שאין כאן שום ירושות, ויחד נתגבר על הצרה.
יאללה יא נסראללה.
נדפוק אותך אינשאללה,
אינשאללה.
נחזיר אותך לאללה.
Go back to Allah. Hezbollah.
יאללה יא נסראללה, תלך
Potato.
נגזל כבר מלמעלה, שזה הסוף שלך. אתה עלוב, אתה קטן, אתה מזכיר אורנגוטן, יש חקינים על הזקן, ובקרוב תעוף מכאן. אתה ג'וק מת, אתה בואש, אתה מתחיל להתייאש, צהל אותך רק מבקש כדי לשרוף אותך באש. גם אם תזרוק עלינו טילים או תאיים על הגלילים, החברים שלך מסוריה ואיראן. גם אם תפיל כאן עוד קטיושות, תדע שאין כאן שום ירושות, ויחד נתגבר על הצרה. יאללה יא נסראללה, נדפוק אותך אינשאללה, נחזיר אותך לאללה עם כל החיזבאללה. יאללה יא נסראללה, תלך מפה יא זבאללה, נגזל כבר מלמעלה, שזה הסוף שלך. אז תקשיב טוב יא חיזבאלונצ'יק עלוב, ותהיה מוכן, כי בקרוב כל צה"ל עם האפאצ'ים, ה-F-16, הספינות, הטילים, הטנקים, הקומנדו, צנחנים, גולני, גבעתי, כולם מגיעים אליך לביקור. אז תנשום כמה נשימות עמוקות ותהנה מהם, כי אלה הנשימות האחרונות שלך, יא כלב. יאללה יא נסראללה, נדפוק אותך אינשאללה, נחזיר אותך לאללה עם כל החיזבאללה. יאללה יא נסראללה, תלך מפה יא זבאללה, זה נצעק כבר מלמעלה. יאללה יא נסראללה, נדפוק אותך אינשאללה, נחזיר אותך לאללה עם כל החיזבאללה. יאללה יא נסראללה, תלך מפה יא זבאללה, נגזל כבר מלמעלה, שזה הסוף שלך.
All right, the end of a commercial break. Let us see what's going on. Hey, Trump, how you doing? Hey, Trump, are you blonde really by birth? I mean, these days everybody is blonde. You go to Asia, all women are blonde. You go to Africa, everybody is blonde. People ask me, what are you? I say, I'm black, blonde, African American from Japan. But are you really blonde or this is fake? I mean, even your eyebrows are blonde. Okay, forget about my question now. We have something more serious. Do you have any news? Or you are talking to the same guy who keeps saying,
Perhaps a chance that they will, do you think, maintain them and get these back channels that we talk about all the time going, so that they can try to work something out to mitigate this?
You know,
I think the back channels are.
those two idiots, they put them in the TV and they don't know what to say. Do you think Donald Trump is going to use a toilet paper when he go to the bathroom, especially when he hear that the Supreme Leader possibly is dead? I think that Trump, he will not use toilet paper in this case because he have this like the thing, the water fountain under his butt, so he will wash it by the water because simply it's not worth it. He will not waste any toilet paper, especially the Democrat now. They are very, very angry from him, accusing him of waste toilet papers. I mean, if you listen to them, look how silly the conversation. They don't know what to say. They put them in TV. They want to cover the news, but there's no news coming. So do you think the Israeli, they will buy kimchi from Korea? I don't know. I am thinking that it might be buying pizza from Italy first. Why you think it's a pizza, not kimchi? Israeli are Middle Eastern, and therefore they like bread. So my analyze for the situation, after a study and deep study and thinking carefully and speaking to many philosophers around the world in Greece, I decide to say to you the truth. They will like pizza more. Wow. And the audience, they were like astonished. This is amazing analyze for the situation. A bunch of idiots. Let us go to the Aryan TV. Maybe we can hear some random babbling. Who is this guy?
Americans were out. Now, I know we've moved on, that the regimes are even more desperate and genocidal now. Perhaps that won't be enough.
Genocidal.
We're at the point where Iran also needs to recall and remember the 8-year imposed war, the one that the Americans sponsored and backed and organized with Saddam, and the sacrifice of all those.
Yeah. We sacrifice all. I mean, you sacrifice all the Shia in Syria. You sacrifice Hezbollah in Lebanon. You sacrifice everybody except yourself. You send them to die, and you are hiding behind your muta girls, General Staff of Armed Forces vows devastating, crushing, regrettable response. Devastating, crushing, regrettable response to Israel attack. All of this together? Are you sure? I mean, what happened? Even your TV is not working no more. What happened? Don't tell me the Israeli, they hit your TV station too. The circle of death. Round and round and round and round. This will remind me of my cousin. He liked to cheat always in the exam. So he came back from the exam and he was like moving his head like this circle, like in a circle. Like, why you are doing that, Abdul? What's wrong with you? Why you keep moving your head in a circle? He said, because I wrote all the answers on the fan when it was off. The fan was on front of me. But the teacher, when he came, he turned the fan on. So in order to read all the answers, I have to move my head with the fan like this circle so I can read the answers. Yes, General Staff of Armed Forces, move your head. Yeah, Potato, I mean, come on, tell me something. Tell me something we can believe. You Potato, you could not eat. The TV stopped. The TV stopped.
That's their intention, because when you need your friends, this is the time that we should be seeing something. And I'll give you the example.
Who is your friends? Who is your friend? China? Who's your friend? Putin? He will not dare to fart at Israel.
when the air battles took off, it was Chinese technology combined with Pakistani Air Force.
Potato, the Chinese technology, they even, don't you see? The Israeli, they just hit you, wipe the floor with you. Where is the Chinese technology? Aren't you the one who bought Russian technology and Chinese technology? Here we go. Don't you see when the Indian, they attack Pakistan, the Chinese air defense, big failure. Even their airplanes, they bought, I think, 10, 6 of them did not work. What Chinese technology? Just tell me something work, man. I mean, they are flying over you all over. Chinese technology. Let us go to French and those two guys. The same two guys still, or?
Authorities in Syria with Hezbollah in Lebanon decimated, and now we have this attack on Iran. We can't forget the war in Gaza. In a sense, this takes the attention very temporarily, albeit, off the war in Gaza. Could that have been a factor in Netanyahu's reasons?
It's hard to say what the factor is exactly.
Listen to me. I will tell you the truth. It's hard to say what I cannot say, because if I say to you what I cannot say, and it's very hard to know what I can say, so therefore I prefer not to say to you anything about what you ask me to say. So therefore I can tell you that what you want me to say is unbelievable, and it's impossible to say it to you. So I cannot confirm to you anything about what I want to say, neither what you are saying. So because this is news TV station saying nothing, and we have to say nothing, but we have to speak and make like noise, like audio noise, so people will not be bored in the TV, and they keep watching, seeing the same pictures, same people we call. I mean, they get only 2-3 people calling them the same. You called her just 2 minutes ago. She said nothing. You call her again. Hello? Noga, how are you doing? You have nothing to say? Just say anything. Like what? Your administration? No. We're talking about Iran now. No. Don't talk about your laundry. No. We have a topic, serious topic. It's about war. Do you have anything to say?
Iranian attack. Iranian air attack, should I specify?
I'm actually not sure about that. The reservists, the massive reserve call-up.
She is not sure. I mean, who put those people in the TV? You know, obviously, they got nothing to say. Oh, what a stupid. Let us go to the Iranian TV. Maybe they can do better. They have a new pictures. Look.
They weren't going to attack, and also to make them think that a deal was on the horizons. I mean, your thoughts about that? Do I have Ali Riz with me still?
Ali, are you there?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Ali, he is not sure. He said, yes, I am. Yeah, yes. He was not sure. Hashish. Here we go. The circle of death. I mean, you don't even have an internet for your own professional TV station to defend you. Even your internet is not functioning. Hey, listen, government of Iran, are you using the neighbor Wi-Fi? Seriously. Are you? It's not working, look. Unbelievable.
Qatar, for example, no troops were withdrawn from there. And I think that made many, and by the way, I'm one of them. I was saying that if the Americans really...
Oh boy. Yeah, if the American is... Let us see if there's anything. I mean, this is Euronews is dead. There's no news. They have only one news about the attack, and that's it. What a potato. Word? Nothing. What an agency. The most truthful news agency in the world is CNN. They don't do lie at all, man.
About guaranteeing that they would succeed in assassinating high-level figures like the head of the Revolutionary Guards. This is the best time to take the quote-unquote the enemy by surprise.
You want to take them by surprise? This is the best time? Are you sure? Abdul, you are talking about taking them by surprise? Now, listen, if you attack now, they are really surprised. Hello, Netanyahu. I just heard them on TV saying, now this is the best time to take you by surprise. Are you surprised that the Iranian government saying such a stupid thing? To be honest with you, I'm not surprised. This is the best time to take them by surprise? I mean, think about the word in English. It's a surprise. Are you praising them? Are you giving them a prize?
At all in disrupting the command and control. Iran is a very large country.
Yeah.
And I think that the precautionary measures have been put in place, and time will tell
Sure.
how much the Israelis have succeeded in this.
Yeah, we can tell. We can tell how much succeeded. It's enough, Potato, to see that you could not do nothing. You could not even shoot one airplane. You could not shoot a bullet at them. That is alone, even if the Israeli did nothing to you. Imagine how much humility that your enemy flying at the top of your head, and they killed all the highest commands of the army of Iran, the command of the Revolutionary Guard, which is the top terrorist command, the command of Faylaq al-Quds, those are the Mujahideen who they are suicider. The assistant and the special consultant and the supreme leader.
There's a prevailing assumption amongst the Israeli circles and also some American circles that due to Iran losing in Syria and due to the blows which were dealt to Hezbollah in Lebanon, Iran's ability to respond has diminished severely.
He is saying that Israeli think this. No. You are not diminished. You stupid. If you could not even stop Israel to wipe the floor with you in Syria, with all Hezbollah and the Shia there, what you can do now, you have no access to Syria. Hezbollah is surrounded by the enemy everywhere. What you can do? Oh, Lord have mercy. Let us see if we can find something here. Those extremes, two stupid people that keep repeating the same thing.
Has taken incredible planning, we imagine, and also it's incredibly bold. We've heard reports of drones over Tehran, so obviously taking the risk against the air defense systems there. And these nuclear sites we so often hear about, deep in underneath kilometers of rock, in order to actually hit some of these sites, as the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, has confirmed the Natanz site has been hit. It just shows how developed Israel is in terms of its prowess and planning.
Yeah, well, very clearly. The question is, obviously, we don't know how much damage Natanz has actually sustained. What we know is that it's been hit. But as you say, yes, it's under kilometers of rock inside the mountain, so maybe, the damage is minor, but potentially there is damage, but there's potential, of course, nuclear leakage and fallout to come. That's obviously something which is very dangerous as well. But
listen carefully. Properly, there is a damage, but it might be minor. However, it might be big, because it might be there is a leak. Because we don't know. Because simply we cannot understand what's happening right now. So specifically, we have to wait. So what the conversation is about? Just a bunch of silly people, man. Come on, put Kamala on the TV. She would do better. She will astonish everybody, like what has been burdened, what have been, something, potato, What the heck is this? This is the expert you brought him. It's possible. It's maybe. It's perhaps. Here we go. He called Noga again. This France 24 have 2-3 people in the TV.
Quote, missiles weighing half a ton and even a ton will fall here. He said, this is to prepare Israelis for sort of attack on their country that they've never seen before. And he continues, but this is the price we must pay so that our children can continue to live here.
Oh,
what
boy.
we are doing right now is of historical importance. And similarly, we have the revelation of a note. Yesterday afternoon, the Prime Minister went to the Western Wall in the Old City of Jerusalem to accompany the Argentine president before his departure. And so we've now been shown a copy of the note that Prime Minister Netanyahu ostensibly placed into the cracks of this wall, as is traditional, in which apparently he wrote, the note seems to show that he wrote, "The people will rise like a lion and lift themselves like an eagle." Now, all of these kind of bombastic, poetic, biblical type statements, I'm not sure they're doing much of a good job in calming Israeli fears or in actually explaining anything. And we have now Prime Minister Netanyahu really just now in a new statement, in a new video he's put out, his second this morning, again, sounding almost like a religious leader. He says, we're following a very
See those,
opening.
see those filthy lefty. See those filthy lefty. She's an Israeli. He's a sound like a religious leader. So they want to be, those lefty are the enemy of any country in the world. Her country is at war, and she is bashing their own leader. And now what make him bad for her? Because he is sound like biblical. And I'm not sure if that will make the Israeli comfortable, if that will make them feel safe. She is not sure. I will not be surprised if they invited someone, she is a lesbian. This is the France. The ones who insulted Jesus. You remember? Whoever will be in their TV, they have to be an antichrist. They have to be an anti-Israel. They have to be lefty. They have to be LGBTQ. He have to be open border. This is the garbage of a France 24. No surprise that they are calling her every 2 seconds. From all the Israeli, they choose someone to bash Israel. Piece of garbage.
Buildings that were hit earlier this morning. It is 7:10 a.m. right here.
Ayatollah Khamenei, Israel revealed its evil nature. More Tehran everybody striking residential area. You see, the Iranian, they did not strike civilian at all. Only 90% of Syria is demolished. They never, Hezbollah was shelling Israel houses, but they don't target civilians. No, Hezbollah kidnapped many Christian priests. During the war in Lebanon, even Christian nuns, and they slaughter them, they assassinate them. Many Christians, they go to the airport, they never go homes because Hezbollah kidnapped them in the way when they are going home. And this filthy scumbag Shia terrorist organization, they claim that they are the ethic people in the world. The most filthy, trashy people ever. I want to see if I can get another source of news, but there's nothing really. I mean, the whole world is asleep. The whole world is asleep. Yeah, like even CNN is busy with destroying Los Angeles. They want to destroy Los Angeles, They support America. They love America. They want to destroy Los Angeles only. And Seattle and, the rest of. Let us see if we say Israel news. Let us see. All right, here we have Times for Israel. So here it says Israel Wings of Zion official state plane takes off from Ben Gurion Airport. Wings of Zion? What is this airplane? Anyone knows what is this airplane? What is Wing of Zion mean? What do you mean by that? Is that like an airplane for the Prime Minister, or? I'm not sure what this have to do. Barrier to Iran, the drone attack. Yeah, I'm not sure. Israeli airstrike target 3 military sites in Iran northeast, state media says. So yeah, they are targeting military, not only the nuclear facility, obviously, which is the right thing to do. Israel has so far carried out 5 waves of strikes in Iran, military official says. Report Iran military chief Bagheri killed in airstrike. Bagheri is dead? No! Please! I like Bagheri. I mean, from all the Abduls of the terrorists of Iran, you go after Bagheri. I mean, Gisla Bagheri for me. Why? Why you do that? Unbelievable. Here we go. Bagheri is dead. What we will do without Bagheri? Is that even fair? Why? Huh? Bagheri is gone. Can you believe it? Any more news? Okay, there's nothing. Let us refresh the page. Yeah, there's nothing yet here. Iran state media, IRGC. Okay. Chief killed. Netanyahu says operation will continue as long as needed. Very, very good. If we don't act now, there will not be another generation. Report Mossad carried out sabotage. Operation IDF says heavy missiles attack could come soon. All right. Witkoff said to warn Iranian response to Israel strike could lead to a mass casualty. I don't think so. I mean, Trump is very funny. Trump says I don't want to, Israel to attack Iran, but strike could very well happen. What the heck that mean? It's like somebody saying, leave Britney alone. Okay. Oh. Ah, Lord have mercy. Let us go back here and see. The same women again. I mean, what's wrong with those TV stations? They have nothing there. There's no more Israeli attack. Ayatollah Khamenei, Warren regime must expect severe punishment. Just potato. Watch your mouth. They can wipe the floor with you. They can nuke you. In fact, if the Iranian, they hit and they hurt Israel in a bad way, let us say Israeli could not stop one of the missiles and they hit a very, let us say, and they killed like a big number of Israeli. That will be a very bad news to Iran. I advise you to send your missiles to fall down in empty locations. This is Kenya. Yeah, looks like things is bad in Kenya too. All right. We will see what will happen, later. But I'm sure the Israeli are ready for whatever the Iranian. They are calculating their numbers very well. I wasn't expecting like Euronews to be closed from their life. Even BBC are not on. Isn't it weird? They sleep really? They are.
A much fiercer
They are.
barrage of
They are on. BBC is on. I checked them an hour ago. They were off. Let us see the BBC babbling. The Babylon BBC. The most hippie, stupid TV station.
And more equally importantly, if it decides to do so, where it will attack those facilities. Iran is probably unlikely to want to draw the Gulf states, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE and other Gulf states into this conflict, but it has not excluded attacking U.S. military facilities in those countries. And of course, it has a variety of asymmetric options, even though its axis of resistance, groups like Hezbollah, have been severely
we'll have to see how that plays out,
weakened.
James. So we'll leave it there for now, though. Thanks very much for your thoughts, as always. Good to speak with you. James Dorsey, Senior Fellow at the Esra Druckmann School of International Studies. Now, the crisis in the Middle East is sending oil prices surging. Let's cross straight to our reporter here in our newsroom, Katie Silva, with more on the market reaction. Katie, what are we seeing?
Well, so far, Steve, we've seen oil trading significantly up. Both Brent crude and NYMEX now up around about 9%. At one point, it was up to 11% up. Now, all of this comes because we're seeing increased fears when it comes to the global supply. We must remember about 30% of global energy comes from the Middle East region. 5 of the top 10 oil-producing countries all there, as well as the fact that we're seeing this potential conflict in the Strait of Hormuz, which of course Iran is part of the border there, and that connects the Gulf with the Arabian Sea. About a fifth of oil goes through that passage every single day. Now, one analyst I've been speaking with says that part of this is about a correction, that the market had been underpricing the price of oil. Basically,
Those prices are fake because simply, why the price will increase for something nothing happened yet? Because is the oil supply changed? So those companies, they take advantage of any news to make it a reason to explain why they are increasing the price. Because the oil they are pumping right now is something they bought 6 months ago. And the oil we'll receive tomorrow, the price for it will not change. Because simply the contract for it is signed already few months ago. So why they are increasing the price? They are thieves. They find any opportunity to rip the consumers off. Mafia, Why the price will go up? What happened? The oil is running, and even if the war erupt, still the oil can go through, because Saudi Arabia have more than one access to the sea. What does it have to do with Iran now? Iran cannot stop oil coming from Saudi Arabia. They cannot. They can even import oil through Oman. not only through Saudi Arabia. But they make any excuse to make money from the pocket of people.
Concerned that Iran will retaliate by attacking either Israel or American targets that really could lead to a major escalation in the fighting. And
guys, if you look at the body movement of this person, I don't know what he eat. Thank God he stopped moving. Man. Oh boy.
well, I think that if this leads to a suspension of Iranian oil exports, we could see oil prices rise from yesterday's settle between $5 and $7.50 a barrel.
Oh.
The greatest fear in the oil market is that Iran starts attacking softer oil targets throughout the region, ultimately impacting transiting through the Strait of Hormuz. And if that were the case, I would see oil prices at $100.
You're just a bunch of stupid. Because simply this is impossible. Do you know why? Because Iran is bankrupt, and they have to attack the oil resource on the Gulf. They will attack their oil too. So they will go bankrupt. So how that will help Iran anyway? It's just, I mean, look how he moved his head. Those are specialists in, they will not dare to attack Saudi Arabia and Emirat. I mean, alone with Israel, they are shish kebab. Plus, the distance between those countries and Iran is very small. So if you shoot their oil refinery, they will shoot back your refinery. So how that will help Iran? They will never do that unless they are asking for suicide. All of this is just a stupid talk, have no meaning and no reasoning. Fear mongers. It is seen. This is Dede from Iranian TV.
Cross back over to one of my other guests.
What happened? What? The Iranian TV stopped working. Oh boy.
It's a holiday weekend and people were preparing for actually a very big celebration that was planned in the Iranian capital for tomorrow, which is Eid al-Qadir. And of course now with the tragic news, capital is now mourning, and the situation is just unacceptable and very chaotic. The first responders, like I said, are still busy trying to take things under control. So I'll be giving you some more information, Marzia, as soon as I receive more information myself.
All right, thank you, Gisun. Of course, the whole country is in mourning for what has taken place.
Their TV stopped working every 2 seconds. They are using the internet of the neighbors. Very topical. Eye in Africa? Okay, thank you. Our eye now in Iran. Hey, come on, Iran, fix the TV. Come on, we don't love. Don't do that.
Sana'a, we're talking about Beirut, and now we're talking about Tehran. Your thoughts this morning, Layla?
Condolences to the Iranian Republic, Iran Islamic Republic, and at the same time to the families of the martyrs, to the civilians and the fallen generals and scientists as well.
Yeah.
We did not expect this to happen. It is a really sad and devastating images to wake up to at 3:30 in the morning in Beirut, and we had been following on what was happening, and we feel your sadness, we feel it, because we were part of this whole war for the past 20 months.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we are dealing with the devil. It's not a
devil.
regular enemy. This is an enemy that's supported with the by the international community. It has impunity in terms of committing war crimes, crimes against humanity, and at the same time targeting innocent civilians while they're sleeping. Looking at the whole situation,
listen, the situation become complicated because they were sleeping. We, Hezbollah, we kill civilians when they are awake. See the difference? Those Israelis, they attack civilians who they are the head of the staff of the army general. He's a civilian. I mean, he was in his pajama. That make him civilian. The other general of the Al-Quds army, he was in his bikini. He was doing, drag queen. He was wearing a skirt of his wife. See the difference? Those Israeli, they kill civilians. We, Hezbollah, we don't kill civilians when they are asleep. We kill them when they are awake. We are not evil like those people. No way. Tell us more, tell us more.
Morning, while they are basically being hit by the enemy that the Americans are giving a green light, the Americans are waiting for any mistake to happen to take part in it. They have already given enough justifications for this war. They pushed the IEA.
They are not giving justification. You keep saying we want to eliminate you. We want to destroy you. We want to kill you all. And they did not give any justification. Hello? What is this justification you have for this attack? Isn't you keep saying for the last 50 years you want to kill every Jew? So? And you want to destroy Israel? And you want to rape our women? Yeah. And you want to burn us alive? All of us the same as Hitler did to us? And you asking me what is justification for this attack? Yes, what is the justification? Hey guys, if there's anyone is single, this Hezbollah female, she do mut'ah. Very cheap. Very cheap. $10 maximum. Don't forget to buy her a hamburger, like maybe a hijab.
Back to the beginning of the Islamic Revolution, and of course Imam Khomeini talked specifically back then the reality of what we're dealing with, whether we're talking about the Israeli regime or the Western regimes and how they were complicit, of course, in the war.
They call them regime. When they are the dictator, nobody elect them. This is the Israeli regime, really. But as I know, they are elected. Do you have anyone is elected there? Like who is elected? Regime.
Allegedly, or whatever, Iran was supposed to be dealing with another round of these indirect talks on Sunday.
Just shut up, stupid Abdullah. Go. What those people are saying?
And military installations in Iran. The sites of the strikes have not been identified, but black smoke was reported rising over Iran's main nuclear enrichment facility at Natanz. There are reports also of strikes on residential buildings in secure compounds housing military officers.
Yeah.
Iranian state media is reporting that the head of the paramilitary Islamic Revolutionary Guard, General Hossein Salami, was killed in one of the strikes.
Salami became Salami.
Two senior nuclear scientists. Here is Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Nous avons frappé au cœur du programme d'enrichissement nucléaire iranien. Nous avons frappé au cœur du programme iranien d'armement nucléaire. Nous avons ciblé les locaux d'enrichissement à Natanz.
Potato. This is Français or English. Isn't this is the English station of France? So why you are playing an audio in French? Le pardon? Le idiot? Le mentor? Le French? Excuse me?
Israel, but there's clearly a sense it was coming.
Yeah, there was a sense it was coming because simply what we saw in the previous 48 hours is the US pulling out all its non-essential military personnel, the Brits also doing that, and indeed we did understand through what Donald Trump had been saying that he was not in favor of this strike, but he was clearly, passing the information that he knew something was potentially coming, something he could not prevent, because that was not what his decision. He made it quite clear publicly that he did not want to see these strikes take place. But yes, it was coming, and it's been in the making for months. If you actually look at what's been going on over, ever since the 7th.
A bunch of idiots. This decision is taken last Monday. Last Monday, 3 days ago or 4 days ago, this decision was made to attack Iran. So already Trump and the Minister of Defense of USA, they already met with the Israeli, they studied the plan, they knew about it, and this is why they were evacuating everybody for the last few days. They announced it only when the last airplane they were leaving from the Middle East, which means the process of moving American soldiers or families, not soldiers, sorry, like civilians, who they are in Iraq or in the embassy, people who they are not necessary to be there, for easier protection, they moved them already, and this process was going at least for 2 weeks. Today they announce it because simply they want to give, let us say, a clear conclusion to Iran that we are going to negotiate with you tomorrow, which something will not happen, to deceive them, to make them believe that we have a still negotiation, we are not done with you. So that will give them time to move all their civilians. Same time, that will give the Israeli the ability to act and surprise the Iranian, who they were thinking that this coming Sunday, still there is more negotiation. It was just a deception plan, war deception plan, done by America, USA, and Israel together. Trump, he knew that this is just a waste of time. He is keeping meeting them for the last almost 3 months, and they went nowhere. And the Iranian, they insist they want to get their uranium rich, no matter what kind of agreement they reach. So that gave him all the reasoning to let Israel do what they need to do. Israel keep asking him, we should do it now. We cannot wait. Trump, he insists he want to have a peaceful agreement. I'm so glad actually that Iran did not agree, because having Iran as a nuke country is extremely dangerous for the whole world, not only Israel. Those are mental people. I will not be surprised actually if they nuke even the Arab, their neighbors. They will do it. Why not?
This was very public. I mean, I knew this yesterday morning, so the Iranians knew it as well. Obviously, it's always difficult to know what's happening in back channels, but the fact of the matter is, we'll probably be seeing in hours to come the Americans, if there is a retaliation by the Iranians, quite rapidly we'll probably see the Americans aligning with Israeli interests, even though they didn't make the decision for this attack.
What do you mean?
James, and
I mean,
stay with us there, James. We'll go to...
you see, those people are really stupid. What do you mean they did not make decision? Who is the naive would think for a second that the American, they are not making decision with the Israeli? How stupid you are. What those people are talking about? There's no way Israel, they went to attack and they are not in total agreement with USA. This is why the American, they were, evacuating, because obviously them and the Israeli, they make a decision that go. If Israel, they knew America will not agree anyway, and they decide to do it, they will not even inform the American. Because then the American, they says, don't, we will not allow you. They will act like a teenage who, okay, I'm going to do it anyway. Why I want to tell him? Why I want to tell my dad? They say stupid things,
Or supreme leader, commander-in-chief in this case is the supreme leader, who has to declare a warring situation and mobilize all the military wings to launch a military operation on Israel. And all of the military wings statements are emphasizing the fact that Israel will be the blood of these commanders that were killed will be avenged by Israel. And let's face it, Iran actually suffered a very serious blow in terms of the commanders that it lost.
And there are reports of high-ranking nuclear scientists being killed, but also particularly General Hossein Salami, the commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard. How significant a figure is General Salami?
Salami is very important.
He was the top IRGC official. He was a very significant commander in the IRGC.
Give me a break. I mean, he's a Salami. I mean, if there's no Salami in Europe, people will go hungry. They will starve. So General Salami is very important. Can you imagine the Iranian government without Salami? It's like imagining an Italian pizza without pepperoni or hammeroni or berlusconi, you know. So Salami is very important. I mean, his mom, she called him Salami for what? There must be a reason, good reason. You know, why your parents will call you Salami? Like imagine you are born and your mom, she called you hamburger. You know, it must be a good reason. We have to study what is behind this is all is like intelligence information. Salami is very important figure, yeah. Yeah, well, figure. He don't make the decision, you idiot. The decision all is made by the so-called the supreme leader. All those are just a TV figure. They cannot make this. They cannot even fart. All the regime is based on one person. The one they call him the supreme leader. He is the one who hired the president. He is the one who fired him. He is the one who killed him. Who is the one who put him in jail? He is the one who hired judge. He is the one who destroy, who kill, who give a gift. This is why they call him supreme leader. And then they say to you, Salami is very important person, you know. Yeah, Salami.
He conducted with the attendance of the Iranian supreme leader. Ordinarily, these sessions are not conducted in the presence of an Iranian supreme leader. The last time I remember this session was held was when Iran wanted to plan its response over the killing of Ismail Haniyeh, Hamas's political chief in Tehran in August. So I think this signals a military response from Tehran, and we assume that this military response will come soon, because this cannot be overlooked, as it was stated in the army's statement. This is a crime, this is an atrocious crime that cannot be overlooked. The army will not be hesitating, it is just waiting for a green light from Ayatollah Khamenei.
Thank you very much for that, Saeed. I'll ask you to just stay on the line there. I'll bring in James Andre again. James, this happened at a time when there had been charges in the West in particular that Iran was close to developing a nuclear bomb, certainly a lot closer than it has been in the past. And yet, the Trump administration had tried to get Iran to the table. It did actually get Iran to the table, and yet those talks stumbled. Is this a bit of a setback for Washington?
Well, the thing is, it's a setback for Donald Trump, who quite clearly stated that he did not want to see this attack take place, and that what he wanted to see was diplomacy and to strike a new deal. He considered the JCPOA, which was the previous deal that was negotiated back in 2015, was basically cancelled by Donald Trump during his first administration. He also always considered that deal was a terrible deal, that he said many times. But the Europeans remain committed to that deal for...
I just received information that the Israeli army attacked Iran refinery. All right? But I cannot confirm. We have to wait to see if they will, any side, they confirm that the Israeli attacked the Iranian oil refinery. Yeah, that would be very painful for Iran, actually, because this is all where their money is coming from. Let me see if I can find any confirmation, if such a thing can be confirmed.
The question, Mark, is what will the Iranians do now? And what are their options? If you actually think about it, it's true, Marco Rubio says do not attack any American interests. or we will retaliate. We were not part of this decision. But the fact of the matter is, and the Iranians know this full well, the Americans will fall in line and help defend Israel in the case they do attack with any strength. So they might choose to consider that these were American-made weapons, for example, and decide to target American bases. Obviously, that's always a possibility. But what is more probable is that, you know, this first wave of attacks, and we have now, I think, 3 rounds of bombardments that have been taking place, have definitely degraded Iran's capabilities, because we've seen what the Israelis have been able to do over the past few months when it came to Hezbollah, for example. The targeting of Hezbollah, and, you know, I was covering that for France 24 at the time, was very impressive. You know, they hit all over the country. They managed to destroy most of the weapons depots. At the end of the day, you know, the CIA considered before the Israeli attacks on Hezbollah that Hezbollah had 150,000 missiles and rockets. At the end of the day, they were not able to retaliate in any meaningful way on Israeli soil, especially given Israel's very, very potent anti-missile systems. You know, the question is now, after the raids we've seen this morning, how much of Iran's arsenal is actually still operational? Their commands...
I receive news, but I cannot confirm, that the Israeli, they moved many Israeli civilian airplanes from their airport all the way to Cyprus. So they are expecting that Iran will shoot missiles trying to hit Israeli airports. So they are moving Israeli civilian airplanes all the way to Cyprus. But again, we need to confirm, like this is what I received, but I need to confirm if this is accurate, you know. Yeah, if the Israeli attack really the refinery of Iran, that means Israel is not just seeking to hit and just, you know, obviously they are seeking devastating situation for Iran. Because this country without oil, they have nothing. They will go bankrupt. So possibly the plan is bigger than just it is true, you know. Let us see. Netanyahu announced that based on the information he just received, it was a very good successful attack as a start, but we are not over yet, you know. So he reported a very successful attack. Let us see. You see what Netanyahu is saying, that they were expecting even Iran might attack Israel before Israel attacked them. So this is why they have done this before it's too late. Very good, very good.
With American President Donald Trump in the last few days and weeks that Iran was the main subject. We had also heard about major conversations, some even pretty hot and heavy in the cabinet, about between the Israeli military echelon and the political one. I do want to just give one update. We do have a statement, the first statement by President Trump since he was made aware, since these Israeli airstrikes began. Speaking to Fox News, he said, Iran cannot have a nuclear bomb, and we hope to see them returning to the negotiating table. As far as I know, the talks in Oman on Sunday are still on the schedule, the U.S.-Iran talks. We'll see, said Trump. There are some people in the leadership who won't return. This is clearly a commentary on the number of very top senior Iranian military officials and Iranian nuclear scientists that Israel managed to kill in the very first volleys of this strike.
Can I just ask you, how does Israeli domestic politics factor in these strikes at this particular time?
You know, in a way, that's the.
All right. The news about attacking the refinery, we cannot confirm it yet. And for me, actually, I'm not expecting Israel to attack the refinery. Even the news, like the one I received, it says so. I think there is, if Israel attacked the refinery, that means they don't want just to hit and finish the job about the, the nuclear. And that will open the door for Iran to hit refineries of others like Saudi Arabia, Emirat, Bahrain, even maybe Qatar. So I don't think Israel would do that, but we will see. But for me, I'm not convinced that Israel will attack the oil refinery, because that will open the door to create a chaos for oil resource for many countries. That is not including USA, because we do not need the Middle East oil, we do not need it. But that will cause a problem for countries like India, China, Europe, etc., but not for America. But we will see. But until now, I don't see any official news about such an attack. Just to confirm that. Yeah, let's continue.
Take place without either U.S. okay or U.S. collaboration. But Netanyahu, for now, has managed to escape the specter of elections, and he remains extremely unpopular in Israel. It may be true that he was shaken in recent weeks by the possible vote coming up that could have toppled him from power, and I do believe that he thinks that this...
See, those are the lefty, they keep bashing their own government. So now, he is not attacking Iran to save his people from possible attack. No, no, no. He was shaking because his party might lose control. I mean, look how stupid. This is why they keep calling this women. BBC, French TV, all the official European TV, excuse my language, are nothing but piece of shit. Look at this woman bashing her own country during the time where she might die tomorrow. She's claiming that, I mean, shouldn't the Israeli, aren't you hit by tens of thousands of rockets and missiles from Iran already? So now Netanyahu is doing that for political reason? What an evil woman. And let us say, for the sake of argument, he is doing so. Shouldn't you, in the time of danger, you stand with your country no matter what? So you go on TV to bash the guy, to make Israel look bad? Because if she loves her country, she will not say anything will harm the reputation of her own army and her own nation. Because people, they don't care really for Netanyahu. All what they care now, they want to bash Israel. So you say, oh, Netanyahu is doing this war, not because Israel is at war, but because they are at risk. No, it's just for the sake of his own protection. Then that will hurt your country. This is how evil they lived. Pure evil. They are all from the same kind, no matter where they go. Their kind is shit. The shitty left. Pure evil.
Ally to acknowledge that this strike was going to happen, but that once again the US was not involved in the strike, and he reiterated to this Middle East ally that the goal was still to get Iran back to the negotiating table. Remember, these talks are still ongoing in Muscat. This is going to be a significant end to these talks, which was meant to happen in the next couple of weeks. And we are also told that Steve Witkoff was going to be meeting with the Iranian foreign minister on on Sunday in Muscat. It's unclear whether that will still happen. I've reached out to a source at the State Department, and will be getting back to me as soon as they know more. But at the moment, Donald Trump will be talking this over with his national security team at 11 o'clock on Friday. That was meant to be a cabinet meeting. It's now turned to an NSC meeting. But Fox News is reporting that the president is still looking for that negotiation to continue. They also say that the president is looking to see if there will be a retaliation, and says that CENTCOM, that is the Central Command, which looks over all of that region for the US military. They say CENTCOM is on high alert, and the US is willing to defend itself and Israel if Iran does retaliate.
Thank you, Fraser. I'll just ask you to stay with us there for a moment. We'll go back to Tehran to Saeed Azimi. Saeed, we're just getting news in that the chief of staff of the Iranian Armed Forces, Mohammad Bagheri, has been killed in one of those strikes. Bagheri is clearly a very, very senior figure in the Islamic Republic.
Yes, he's Iran's top military official. He was Supreme Leader's trusted man in the military wing. And let me just explain one thing. Chief of General Staff of the Armed Forces is responsible to coordinate the military affairs between the IRGC and the army, because Iran has two military wings. So these two military wings are supervised by the Armed Forces of Iran. So Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Iran is the highest military position in Iran. And yesterday, Chief of General Staff of the Armed Forces, Major General Mohammad Bagheri, ordered the commencement of a massive series of exercises, military exercises in Iran that were combined with IRGC and the army, both in action. So we don't know the fate of these drills now. We don't know if they are stopped or not. But he was a key figure, and some say that he was not just a military general. He was also a diplomat, and he was very influential even in some domestic issues, such as the hijab law, as they say that he was more of a lenient person than a hardliner.
The foreign minister of Israel just announced that all what happened today is just started. This is just the beginning. This is not in any way, any mean, like it's done. We just started. Don't even count. All right? So this will take a few days, maybe more. We will see.
He's gone straight on to saying that, well, maybe the talks can still happen. Do you think possibly they're scrambling a little bit here?
No, to be honest, I mean, it's a surprising answer in a sense by Donald Trump, because indeed it is very muted, right? So he's still talking about these talks that are due on Sunday. The position, obviously, of the Americans is to say, right, this is not us. We did not want this strike. We are carrying on our path. And this could very well be something which is choreographed as well. Simply, if you look at the facts, what can Iran actually do now? I mean, chances are there will not be a massive barrage of missiles fired at Israel. Obviously, it could happen, but you can bet that at this stage, their military capacities are very crippled. What would be the outcome of a massive strike? That would be an even more massive retaliation of Israel and his allies, because once again, the Americans will definitely fall in line behind Israel and will come and help to defend its interests in the event of, I'd say, a very strong reaction by Iran. So Iran basically doesn't have many options here. And this is a situation we've already seen in the past. If you say what happened when Qasem Soleimani, for example, was killed. He was one of the top generals. This was back during the first Trump administration. Basically, Donald Trump ordered his assassination at an airport in Iraq. He just landed in Baghdad airport and his car was targeted by a missile. He was killed with the head of Hashd Shabi, which is one of the main Shia militias in the country. And basically, Iran vowed retaliation and said that there would be pain, etc. Very strong words. And then at the end of the day, they simply fired one missile at an airbase which is on the western border of Iraq, which is US one, which is called Ain al-Assad, that I actually visited during a report for France 24. I mean, it's a huge sprawling base. They called the Americans before, and they basically made a hole in one of the runways. That's as far as it went. Then, more recently, if you take what happened in October, the Iranians fired 180 missiles at Israel, basically just enough to saturate the anti-missile systems of the country, but not enough to actually make any significant damage. Basically, usually what the Iranians do, they want to save face, and they also exert a form of restraint, because they know full well that if they do go full on, maybe they will this time, but it would potentially be the end of the regime, or indeed,
You know, those people that are speaking on TV, they are outdated about the Israeli Air Force defense. They have a new system is implemented already, which is using laser, which is cost way less than the previous systems. So now they have those systems. I think there's two systems using laser. They are made to stop attack of a massive drone attack, and that goes the same for missiles, you know. So the Israeli technology is highly powerful, and in the same time, the Iranians themselves, they knew that if they want to attack Israel, they should not attack Israel. To make it simple for you, the Iranian, in the front of their people, the regime, they will make themselves the same as they previously did, that you see, we retaliate, we are brave, we can do something. But in the same time, they will do their best not to do something really bad, because then they knew that the Israeli angry are not going to be the same as Israel now. Now, and they are not angry, and look what they did to you. So what about you made the bear injured? The bear will eat you alive, will rip you apart. So the Iranian, they knew their size. They knew they are limited. Like when I receive news that the Israeli did attack the refinery, I did not really take this news as serious, because I think Israel will leave that part if something bad happened, because that will hurt Iran really bad. So they will not attack refinery, because that will not make Trump happy. That will not make many of their friends happy, because simply that will affect not only Iran, will affect many of their neighbors, especially Europe. They will not, or India. So Israel will not do that. That will be only happening if Israel decide to really destroy Iran. It's like, okay, you did this, let me show you. For now, they will be focusing only in hitting what is needed to be hit. Not to hit economy, but to hit military. And if Iran is stripped from their ability to hit by military, then targeting the economy later is so easy if they want. As you see, they have a full control of the Iranian space and their airspace, and Iran is not able to shoot down not even one airplane. So the Israeli army, even so Israel is so far from Iran, it might be that even the Israeli fighter jet is flying from Saudi Arabia. So they can refuel. You see, Saudi Arabia in the appearance didn't have a relationship with Israel. But we knew very well that Saudi Arabia secretly, they have a lot of relationship with Israel. So I will not be surprised if the Saudis secretly, they are refueling, reloading all the ammunition, which means Israeli already they moved a lot of ammunition, possibly from the American warehouses in Saudi Arabia or Emirat, to a secret airport where the Israeli can load and shoot and come back so fast, because I don't know how long it takes for F-35 or 16 or whatever to fly all the way to Iran from Israel. But I don't think Israelis are using Israel airport to keep doing this. This will not be easy. It takes time, it's more risk. So it might be they are using maybe Azerbaijan airports. It's very highly possible. Or it might be they are using some secret airports in Saudi Arabia. Those news will not appear because the Saudi or even Azerbaijan will not dare to say we are the one who gave them airport, because that will make them in target with Iran, and they are neighbors to Iran. So they have to keep it secretly, but I don't think really Israel is flying all the way. I know they can do it. They can fly all the way from Israel, but that will be time consuming and maybe not too much practical, especially if they want to go for maybe 2 weeks, maybe 1 month war. You need your airplane to be around you, like in your country, not too far. So they can, instead of sending 300 jets in the sky to go and hit, they can use only 100, and they can use they can do the work of 300, because they can go shoot and load, reload so fast in less than 15 minutes. They go to Iran, like distance from Saudi Arabia to Iran by F-35, I don't think is going to be maybe 5 minutes, That will make it very easy. Like in 5 minutes, they go shoot, unload their weapon, their bombs, come back to Saudi Arabia, load again, and they are flying again.
This preemptive strikes in Iran. The paper also says that Israel is preparing for a retaliation from Iran, rocket and drone attacks. An interesting part here in the article was when Haaretz wrote that, of course, the US formally expressed its opposition to the attacks and its participation, but the paper says that it remains unclear whether the US offered to share any intelligence or aerial refueling capacity, an option that would allow the White House to assist, quote, while maintaining some sort of plausible deniability, writes the paper. Let's move to the Times of Israel that focuses on Mossad, which is, of course, Israel's national intelligence agency. It explains that it carried out covert sabotage operations against Iranian air defenses and missile facilities, plus other strikes, quote, at, quote, a number of locations across Iran.
And are they saying why the attack was launched right now?
So we have here a tweet by Givka Klein, who is an editor at the Jerusalem Post. He quotes IDF chief of staff who said, "We launched the strike because the time had come. We reached the point of no return." And he adds, "History taught us when faced with threats to destroy us, we must never bow our heads." And we have here another analysis from the Jerusalem Post that tries to explain why Israel struck Iran. It says that Iran's ambitions are no longer hypothetical, and the danger is here, and the choice is either preemption or regret. The paper says that intelligence showed that Iran had enriched enough uranium to produce approximately 15 nuclear warheads and was actively conducting.
Thank you very much for that, Elitsa Kadeva. Now we'll return to that story shortly, but media reports in India say that one of 2 black box recorders has been recovered from the Air India flight, which crashed shortly after takeoff from Ahmedabad on Thursday. Investigators will be trying to determine what caused the Boeing 7878 Dreamliner, which was due to fly to London Gatwick, to crash. Authorities say at least 265 bodies have been recovered, which include people from the medical staff accommodation which the plane struck. When it crashed, there was just one survivor among the passengers on board, a 40-year-old British national who'd been travelling with his brother. And Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has visited Ahmedabad today. For more on this story, I can go to our New Delhi correspondent, Navodita Kumari. Good morning, Navodita. Can you tell us the latest about this crash?
Yeah, good morning to you too. Yeah, we are just a few meters away from the crash site.
You know, this is what happened when people they go and buy ticket in a cheap airlines. Never use Indonesian airline, Indian airline, Pakistan airline. Pakistan airline is the last one I would take forever. I mean, no way. Sri Lanka airline. I mean, you see, airline is a very, very, let us say, high risk business. And those countries, in order to make money, they don't do the right maintenance. In fact, what I learned, that most of those countries, the flight, they don't even do maintenance when they arrive to the airport. No, the flight, they would load again and they go. They keep going. Nobody check. The only thing they do, they just reload gas. There's no maintenance. So the airplane, God knows for how long, when the last time they have maintenance for it. So never be cheap in your life. This is about your life, you know. And it's possible that such a thing can happen in an airline where they already, let us say, advanced, rich country. But at least there, if you die, they will give your children, your wife, a couple of millions. Here, you die in Indian airline, what they give you? 50,000 rupees? 100,000 rupees? So don't make such a mistake. As you see, those are not, I don't consider them even airline. This is like in the Middle East we call like those van. What they call the things in Thailand? TikTok? Like, you know, this three things with 3 wheels, what they call it? You know, something like that. Yeah, they are very dangerous. They can flip so easy. But in a poor country, those things is accepted. Nobody is. People just want to go home, you know. So don't be like those. This is not something like a truck. They will have a flat tire. They will stop. You take different one. It's an airplane. All right. Never fly with those people. Let's see if there's any other news from the Abdul channel. Yeah, Abdul, why your channel keeps stopping? What's wrong with you? What happened? Don't tell me the Israeli hit your TV too. Let me call Netanyahu. I mean, Netanyahu, what are you doing? So what we will watch now? I think I'm going to fire Netanyahu. But not now, because there's a war, you know. I will wait until the war is over, and then I will call him, all right? I will tell him that you are fired.
Tribal, treacherous regimes, to also, for the sake of unity, and for also to pull them out of this quicksand that they're drowning in. The U.S., all they do is plunder the region. When Trump came down to the region, he went to MBS and he called him Johnny. He gave him a nickname called Johnny, and he told him to stand up. And then he clapped for him, telling him that he did a good job. What's the good job that he did? He acted like a dog. I don't want to use this kind of term, but he did act like a dog the way that he told him to stand up, and he stood up and he clapped and telling the people to clap for him as if he, you know.
He's talking about the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. He's calling him, the Iranian TV calling him a dog, and Trump, he called him Johnny. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Johnny. Johnny, stand, Johnny. Hey, guys, give him a clap. He's a good boy. Johnny. This is a Hezbollah member, is so upset because Johnny, or the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, he acted like a dog. All of you are dogs. Like, don't you see in Hezbollah now, you are acting like a rat, not even a dog. Like, where are you? The Israeli, they just hit you today in the morning. Let me show you in the news. Hold on. Johnny, huh? Potato, son of Muta. Okay, hold on. I just received news that 10 top scientists, nuclear scientists, are killed. Top 10, at least. Let us see here. Let us see. We want today news today. Yeah, just today. I mean, Hezbollah don't even dare to fart, man. They are doomed. And this guy is acting like a hero. He's top like a... Be a man. Israel is hitting you every day. What happened to people of Nasrallah want to do jihad? This is... Where is the one today? This is in Iran. Isn't it in Iran? Yeah, this is Iran. Where is the Lebanon? What? Okay, let me find it in Arabic, as long in English. Here we go. And then we go today. What? Yeah. Almost every day, Israel is making Hezbollah shish kebab in Lebanon. And Hezbollah don't dare even to fart. Every day there's an attack on Hezbollah. This is just the news. I want to see when I can find the one which is today in the morning. Hold on. Anyway, I will find it for you. Yeah, potato cowards.
And same thing with the West, they're in Europe. But the thing is, they have a goal, and the goal is to divide and conquer us and control our resources and spread their immorality and and their corruption in our region. And they want to install all these puppets. Look what they did to Iraq. Look what they did to Afghanistan. Look what they did to Syria. Look what they did to Libya. All these countries that were involved in, they destroyed it. They either put corrupt leaders inside there that work for their...
They destroy it, right? Not you. Yeah, I know. I was wondering who destroyed Yemen and Syria and Lebanon. I mean, come on. This is the Canadian and the American. Hezbollah, they are, what the scumbag. Just get out of here. Potato. Let's go to the idiot of a France TV station.
Israel from these Iranian rockets. Is the Trump administration likely to do the same in the eventuality of an Iranian response this time?
I don't think there's any world in which the US won't defend Israel, and Donald Trump effectively said that himself in a recent interview with Bret Baier from Fox News in the aftermath of this strike. He said that the CENTCOM, the Central Command of the US military, was on high alert and said that the US will defend itself and Israel if Iran retaliates. Now, worth noting that in those early attacks in April and October last year during the Biden administration, there was rumblings about this kind of retaliatory attack happening, and we actually had a couple of hours heads up before we went on air about this taking place. Now, when I put that to an official from the Biden administration, they told me that the Iranians had not telegraphed their punches, as John Kirby liked to say back when he was on the podium. But of course, that clearly wasn't true, because I had sources inside the US government telling me that this attack was imminent and was about to happen almost down to the minute. So there is a sense here that could be a very different state of affairs, though, going forward. Now, the first attacks, Iran launched a barrage of slow-moving drones, which took hours to get to Israel, as well as a few ballistic missiles. They were obviously very easily shot down, and it was seen as much more of a kind of show of force by the Iranians, just to kind of save face for their home population, as it were. The next round, the salvo of ballistic missiles that was then fired to overwhelm the Iron Dome, seemed like a much more earnest attempt, as it were, to inflict damage on Israel from the Iranians. But of course, there wasn't much damage that happened. And again, it was seen by some here in the United States that it was more of a kind of a flex from Iran rather than an actual attempt to really inflict damage. Now we wait to see whether Iran will respond with a significant response, i.e. a lot more ballistic missiles, or whether Iran even still has the capability to be able to launch that kind of attack. Of course, the Israelis have been targeting missile and military bases in these volleys of attacks that they've been launching over the last few hours. So it is also possible that Iran's defenses are significantly degraded. Now, the US will stand to defend Israel, but it will in particular stand to defend its own assets in the region. It has troops and air force bases and military bases more generally all over the region. Of course, the US has been worried about a retaliatory attack by Iran over the last 24 or so hours. That's why they evacuated the Baghdad embassy. They've also allowed various spouses of military officers and personnel to voluntarily evacuate from various military bases in the Middle East. But they will respond likely if those are targeted. Now, Iran says that it's going to attack the Americans. It says that the Americans at least are responsible. Iran says that the US, as Israel's main supporter, will be responsible for the consequences of Israel's adventurism. Now, that is different from what the Supreme Leader said. He didn't directly address the United States, but the US will look to respond if Iran does indeed decide to attack the Americans for this attack from the Israelis.
Thank you very much for that, Fraser Jackson in Washington, and also to Saeed Azimi in Tehran and Noga Tarnopolsky in Jerusalem. And we can go back now to James Andre from our International Affairs desk here in the studio. James, Fraser was just talking there about potential US responses. The US is usually steadfast in its support of Israel, but there are certain differences between the Biden administration and the two Trump administrations with regards to their responses and handling of the Middle East.
Absolutely. In fact, Israel has had a history of, I'd say, overstepping what the American president wanted to see happen. I mean, maybe, I'd remind you of what happened in 2015 when Benjamin Netanyahu traveled to Washington. He was invited by the GOP speaker at the time, spoke before Congress, while Barack Obama was not even informed of his visit, or at least not officially informed. Basically, this was about the Iranian nuclear deal. At the time, he was trying to convince the American Congress that the JCPOA, so the Iran nuclear deal, was not to be signed because it was dangerous for Israel. And he did this behind Obama's back, and Obama was furious at the time. I'll give you another example, and this is even closer to what's happening right now. This was back in 1981. It was an operation conducted by the Israeli army called Operation Opera, and which is widely considered to be the first strike on a nuclear plant in history. Basically, at the time, it was Saddam Hussein who was building a nuclear facility in Osirak in Iraq. This was being built in cooperation with the French, and at the time, the United States has just freshly delivered F-16 jets to Israel, and Israel conducted a strike without speaking to any of its allies on the Osirak nuclear facility, which was nearly ready to start functioning and who was about to be fueled. So it was the last possibilities to strike this installation before it was fueled. And basically it killed 10...
Somebody saying there's other channel they have more insight, but here's not live. My friend, I am connected right now to the ones who they can give you the most inside information right away from Israel. So I don't know who can give you insight, but I mean, what insight? All the news is what is published, and there's only two people that can confirm news, either from Israel or from Iran. Iran would never confirm anything unless it is there is no way to hide it. Like, the chief general of the army, he is supposed to make a speech now because he is the chief general, so they cannot hide his death. So it's not people on YouTube who can give you information. The information is already there, either from Israel or from Iran. Iran, they don't give really real information. They can confirm about death of this someone or that one, but they will not confirm anything about what happened to their facility. They will say they hit it, but they will not say it's destroyed 50%. Usually they try to hide the damage, to make the enemy did not succeed in their mission. The Israeli, we can take what they say seriously because, Israel is a very more democratic society, and if the prime minister says something and later they discover something else, he will be in trouble. So we can take what the Israeli is saying way more serious, and I am receiving most of my news actually from Israel. All right? So I don't know what more insight you will receive. What do you think you will hear? There's nothing in the public right now. It's called more insight because simply neither party is revealing what they are doing. Netanyahu, he just said we will stay maybe even weeks attacking, but I don't think that will stay for weeks. It might be few days, maybe 5 days, maybe a week, because you see, if the Israeli are not using airport, which is close to Iran, that will be very, very tiring for the Israeli military. It's not easy to fly all the way from Israel all the way to Iran. That is a far distance. You need to refuel. You need, even if you refuel, what that will do? That will not be enough because you need to reload missiles, bombs, and most of those bombs they are using, they are going to be heavy duty. Like the missiles they use to kill a target like assassination purpose, those are small ones. They can burn, destroy an apartment. But when you talk about destroying nuclear facility built underground, melty floors down. So you can imagine the size of those bombs. So the airplane can carry maybe 2 bombs maximum. They cannot carry many. I'm assuming, like for sure if somebody expert, he can give us more insight about the airplane they are using. But long distance, far distance, fueling, refueling, reloading, weapon, and emission is not easy. Israel can do way better if they have an agreement with somebody, we do not know who, to use their land so they can fuel and they can load and attack again from a very close distance. There's 2 options, 2 countries they might do that, Azerbaijan or Saudi Arabia. Azerbaijan, it is possibly not the good scenario because the Russian, they will be able to warn the Iranian about any movement happening in Azerbaijan. The Russian, they are monitoring Azerbaijan all the time because it's very close to their borders. So I am assuming that it's mostly Israel is not attacking from Israel. They are using Saudi secret airport. It's not from Israel. All right? I am assuming. We cannot confirm that. Those will be secret missions because the Saudi, they will never dare to say we are giving a ground, for operation for Israel. They don't dare to say that to the Arab because they don't, how they can justify it. And their own people. So if it's done, it's going to be secretly done. And if it is done, that will give Israel the opportunity to keep attacking for a long time, not only 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, even months, because the distance is very short. Airplanes, you do not need a lot of airplanes to be flying at the same time. They can do maintenance. They can do all the requirement to keep those airplanes functioning right. Remember, Israeli will never risk sending their airplanes all the way to Iran and then a maintenance failure and the airplane, the fighter jet fell down. That would be a disaster for the Israeli. So they have to have a team beside those airplanes in the ground in Iran for any kind of emergency to go and rescue any fighter jet fell down because of failure. You never know. If the Iranian could not hit it, well, maintenance issue can happen. So I am thinking that most likely Saudi Arabia is providing kind of a ground for the Israeli army to attack Iran. Anyway, those things we will not know until time pass. Nobody will share those things. And even the Saudi, they will never dare to share it because that will be against their own population, support. Like supporting Israel, they're giving a ground airport. But we know that Saudi Arabia have a very secretive relationship with Israel. In fact, I guarantee you that every Saudi right now is dancing from happiness. Every citizen of Bahrain and the Emirat. But in the same time, they will be very worried. Especially a country like Bahrain and Emirat. They are very close. If we open the map, give me a second. So this is Iran. So if we look at the map here, look how Emirat is so close. Iran can invade Emirat so easy, so fast. I mean, it takes them only maybe 3 hours to be. In fact, already Iran, they invade one of an islands. It's supposedly owned by Emirat. It's called Abu Musa. They took it. Let me see where this island here. It's a small island. Where is Abu Musa? Abu Musa. Let me see where it is. Let me search. All right. Yeah, so it should be here next to the al Qiwin island. Let's see, al Qiwin. Where is al Qiwin? Okay, give me a second. al Qiwin. It should be here. I don't know why in this map it's not showing. It's too small. But anyway, the Iranian, let me see if I can use different map. So the Iranian, they invade and they capture this island already. See, this is the island, Abu Musa. Very close. You see the Dubai? This will be like maybe an hour by boat, very close. By airplane, you cannot even count it. Very small island, invaded, the same as Turkey invade Cyprus. The Iranian, they invade this island. Let us see if we can load in, in Google. You cannot. But you see here, there's an airport, but this is used by the army. So for the Iranian to hit Abu Musa or to hit Dubai, it's just, it's a piece of cake, They are so close. I mean, even without this island, Iran is so close to Dubai, very easy. Very, very short distance. So Iran is here, and this is where the red dot is. This is why when I received the news about Iran refinery attacked, I said this is not possible for now, at least in this stage of war, because Israel will use that only as a last resolution, not as an option to be a start, because that will make all European countries are angry. Will make all their friends angry, actually, because that will hurt them. Because Iran will hit all the refinery as a revenge, because they lost everything then. If you destroy the refinery, that means this is where the money for their bread and food coming from. You just destroyed the regime. So Israel will use this weapon, let us say refinery attack, as a last resolution. So now, if Iran attack Israel and attack the Israeli gas field, which exists here in the front, in the front of Haifa and Tel Aviv all the way to Lebanon. So if Iran try to attack those fields, then Israel will attack the refinery. So they have to keep a balance, don't force me to attack your refinery, stay away from my oil business. At the same time, Iran have a lot of difficulty in their attack. So look at this distance. It's a massive distance. So if Iran want to hit, they have to hit from here. They can't hit from Iraq. They have to be hit from here. And this is at least, I don't know, like a distance how much, but maybe, let us see, this will be more than 1,000, maybe 2,000 mile, something like that. You can measure it. So if they want to attack, their missiles have to fly long journey, I think at least 45 minutes, before they can arrive to Israel. And that makes Israel have a lot of time to prepare for it. Even I will not be surprised if the Israelis start shooting down those missiles in the middle of Iraq. It's possible they wait for them until they arrive. Like what I noticed about the Israeli army, because they have a very high sophisticated system of air defense, the system itself calculate where this missile will hit. So if the missile is going to hit empty ground, they don't shoot at it, they let it go. Why wouldn't I take it down? Just let it go. Because all those missiles are not smart. They are like simply, old style rocket, like you shoot it and that's it. You have no control of it. When you shoot, you decide the destination, and most of those rockets are very old technology. Their target is not accurate. This is why they always miss. They miss by kilometers, not only by meters. And in the top of that, the Israeli can sabotage all the GPS or any kind of guide, for those missiles can possible to be work for with them. So the Israeli have many advantages. The Iranian don't have it. Iranian don't have airplane can go and attack Israel. Their air forces is very cave time, very cave time. Like if you remember the president of Iran, just last year he was killed because they are using American helicopter, American airplane made. I think they have it since the time of the Shah, the previous king of Iran. So they are very behind in everything. So Israel are way more comfortable in taking retaliation, but Iran, they are nothing. As you see, the Israeli attacking non-stop, and until now they could not shoot even the wing of an airplane. There's no report. Even the Iranian themselves, they are going so silent about how come the Israeli they can, you know, dominate the airspace? What happened to all the weapon of Iran? You see, they make a show every year of thousands of missiles or rocket and air defense. It turned to be all his fault. Big army, but zero quality. As simple as that. So this is the leader of the Revolutionary Guard who was killed today. And this is their, you know, look at this. When you see this, you say, man, this is a very powerful army. Man, scary. Look how big the number is. Tens of thousands, you know. All they are going to do jihad. Take a beer. All of them, they are angry and shouting, death to America, death to Israel. And now everybody is in the run, hiding. You know? So, by the appearance, Iran have a powerful... You see, Iran, as an army, I can say they are way more powerful than Saudi Arabia, Emirat, you know. But we can't compare. You know, we can't compare. Not with Israel. Alex, supposedly I'm scared now. Yeah, Abdul. Ya Tharat al-Hussein. In the top of his head it says, oh, revenge for you, Hussein, which means they want to kill the Sunni. They want to take revenge for Hussein. I mean, look how stupid they are. Hussein is the grandson of Muhammad, supposedly, which is not true, by the way. Muhammad never had kids. But anyway, the Sunni, they killed the Hussein. They killed the family of Ali. The Shia, and those are Iran, they want a revenge for someone who was killed 1400 years ago. Okay, want a revenge from who? From the Sunni who live next door. This is how mentally sick they are. All right? And then when the war happened, you will see that this is a farting army. They do a lot of show, like, this is a defense system. Allahu Akbar. Okay, where is your defense system? All of those things behind you, they do what? Where are they? What happened? You could not even shoot one Israeli bird? So it's a showtime army to intimidate their own citizen and maybe the Arab neighbors. But when it's come to war, they have no quality of any war army. It's just a showtime. It's like Hamas when they wear this mask and they act like they are heroes. The second the Israeli they come to them, everybody is a rat under the sewage. Let us see if there is any update. Here we go, Noga again. Iran launches about 100 drones. Hey, how stupid. I mean, look at this. Look.
Or missiles, it's on its way, but it's quite a distance. And so there's a period of an hour or even a little more in which you're basically a sitting duck. You're waiting to see the streaks through the sky. You're waiting to hear the anti-missile batteries, the interceptions in the sky above you.
Keep whining and stupid to him and lefty. So they are saying, look, guys, you see? So they are launching 100 drone toward Israel. But look how silly the Iranian attack is. It will take them maybe hours, because those are not missiles. before they can arrive. So the Israeli now, they are, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, let us count how long is going to be here. We are waiting. So this is why they will not be able to do anything. In such a retaliation, you should shoot like hypersonic missiles, super fast. Not something will take hours to arrive, but that's telling you how badly they are damaged. So the Israeli are monitoring, and I think they are launching drone because they cannot launch missiles. And maybe later they will be able, we will see. But it is a silly response. Very, very weak response. But again, this woman, she keep whining about, look what will happen now. Look what Netanyahu did. We know he is trying to save his party. What a scumbag woman. I mean, the lefty, those liberals, they make me sick. Imagine you marry a woman like this. You have someone like this in your house. Man, that is very, very bad news. Somebody saying Jews are evil. Read the Talmud. You see, many people do not know that not all the Jews even believe in the Talmud. And the Talmud is not considered as a holy book for the Jews, in case you do not know. The Talmud is the same as Sahih al-Bukhari for the Muslims, Sahih Muslim, at-Tirmidhi, is a collection of rabbis' talk. When you say the Jews are evil, that means you are stupid. Literally stupid. Because the Jews you are talking about is the one who brought the gospel of Jesus to you. The Jews. Who's Peter? Who's Paul? Who's Mary? Who's Joseph? All the names which you praise them, in your belief, they are Jews. So don't be silly and say all the Jews are evil. A person who says such a statement, he is mentally stupid and he is uneducated. All the world reject Jesus except the Christians. So why you don't say all of them they are evil? Read the Talmud. What about you say read the Quran? All the Muslims, they make fun of Jesus. Why you don't say all the Muslims are evil then? All the Buddhists, they reject Jesus. They do not need Talmud. So, silly talk. And here you see the hypocrisy of some, they call themselves Christians. When they speak about Jesus, says Jesus love everybody. Jesus come to save the world. The second you say Jews, they say Jews are evil. Do you know that every year there's a lot of Jews convert to Christianity? Do you know that there's a massive number of the Jews already they are Christians? This is why the nation of Israel are still small. Because the majority of the Jews already are Christians. They are Jews and they are Christians. There's many, they grow with hate, inside their heart. If somebody insulting Jesus will respond to him. But to say all the Jews are evil, that is very evil of you to say. Don't you know that Paul is a Jew? Even if when he accepts Jesus, he's still a Jew. You see, there's two kinds of Jews. Jews who accepted Christ, and still they are Jews. Even when they accept Christ, still they are Jews. There are Jews and Christians. And there's Jews who refuse to accept Christ. But anyway, we don't want to talk about, change our topic. Trump to attend national security, all the news. I said this news and 2 hours ago. I mean, look how late they are. You see, the first time I work a professional job, I was studying my law university degree, and I work in a newspaper. My job, I'm was not writing like working as a writer in the newspaper. No, my job is to read the articles in Arabic and to correct the grammar. So I go late after school, and I did not actually join the work because I need money, but because I like writing, I like to be informed. So I said to myself, I cannot ask them to, I mean, I have no history, so I cannot just go and be in such a famous newspaper. They will not hire me to be a writer. I was very young too. So I said to myself, okay, I will accept to work as a person who read and correct the grammar, and then I will make friends inside the newspapers, and then I can go like higher, you know, and so you can get, and I'm not taking money actually, it's just to be able to write and my voice will be public. But what I learned during this period, that everything they write in the news is just copy of somebody else, or it's even fabricated. I remember in this newspaper, they were attacking Al-Qaddafi, the president of Libya at that time. Almost every day there's an article against him. Then one day, and because remember, I have to read most of the newspaper, like we are, not only me, I think we were like 5 or 6. So they divide like each one of us to read like a bunch of articles and correct it. So I was correcting the political articles sometime even like about science. So what I learned, that they are very fake news. They attack the Qaddafi non-stop every day about how bad Libya is, how dictator he is. And then one day I am correcting and the article says that Qaddafi is amazing. They are speaking about his green book, which is like, man, amazing book of philosophy and wisdom. So I said, what happened? This newspaper was attacking this guy every day. They said, we receive a big check from the Libyan embassy. Big one. Huge. And those articles are not even written by us. They are written by the Libyan embassy, and they send it to us, and we put our name on it. Imagine. So Qaddafi sent them a check. Suddenly Qaddafi became a hero. Another example. Every day there's an article attacking the coffee. Coffee is bad. Coffee is not healthy. Coffee can use your blood pressure, can cause heart attack, can cause adrenaline, blah, 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 you know, all kind of stories. And they put there in the articles names of Japanese names like Shukumaku, Potato, Tomato, Yahoo, Suzuki, you know, like nobody knows those names. But anyway, just make it Japanese. And then suddenly they start saying the other articles a month after, they start saying the opposite. So the first month it was coffee is bad, tea is good. You should drink tea. It's more healthy, the benefit of a black tea, the health side of black tea, the bad about coffee. It turned to be that the coffee companies, they contacted them and they said, how much you want to stop attacking coffee? Speak good about coffee. So this is a very famous newspaper, very well known, big name. And then I said to myself, I thought I was dreaming to work there, you know? I was dreaming to be part of the team. And then I noticed that this is nothing but a scam. They have nothing to do with the news. They have nothing to do with anything Israel. They are using their public, you know, at that time there's no, you know, YouTube and TikTok, and you know, this is the only way you can speak to the crowd: TV, radio, and newspaper. And at that time, everybody buy a newspaper, not like now. Nobody today. Who buy a newspaper? Nobody. So I learned that what they do have nothing to do with dignity or journalism. It is vandalism. It is a big scam. And then I decided to stay away from it, you know. I said, this is not for me. I'm not going to praise Al-Qaddafi one day and then attack the Qaddafi second day. just because he pay me a check or he did not pay me a check. Very, very, and this is, by the way, goes everywhere, not only in the Middle East. All those you see, CNN, all is a propaganda, and they are doing business. Nothing about it is about journalism. It's just a pure business, an agenda of money. All right? Senior guard, commander, nuclear scientist killed in attack. All right, let's see if there's any update.
Very much, James Andre. And joining us again for the press reaction to these Israeli strikes on Iran is Elitza Gedeva. And Elitza, let's take a look at the international reactions first.
Actually, I want to take a look at Iranian press first.
Okay.
So let's go to Press TV, which is an Iranian state-owned media in English. And as we can see, it's starting to confirm that the leaders have been killed. It says senior IRGC commanders, including General Salami, martyred in Israel attack. This confirms media reports by the Israeli press. And then we have here the Twitter of Press TV that has been filled with images and videos of what it claims to be residential buildings that were destroyed by the strikes. Let's see now more pictures. Images from a residential apartment. The tweet reads, in Tehran, following Israeli...
You see, those are not residential. Those are that's the Revolutionary Guards. This is where they live. This is a city of the Revolutionary Guard. Those are high-rank officers. They live in those buildings. You see how the media, they lie? They are saying this is civilian buildings. Those are fancy. This is a secure city. No normal people, they live there. Only certain group of people who they are in the Revolutionary Guard can live there. And all of us, we knew that Israel announced that they killed those leaders. Where they killed them? They killed them in their apartments. Because remember, they did shoot at night. The attack happened at night.
And will undoubtedly retaliate strongly to these actions. We have again Press TV Iran that's quoting this time the leader Khamenei, Iranian leader, who says that the Zionist regime has prepared bitter and painful fate for itself with its latest attack. And I want to end again on a tweet by Press TV that shows this picture. Again, it's trying to show the very human civilian side of the strikes. It says a heartbreaking image from the aftermath of Israeli aggression, and it claims that 5 people in a neighborhood in Tehran were killed and 20 others injured.
Man.
Thank you very much for that, Elitza Gedeva, and you're watching France 24, and the breaking story this morning: Israel early on Friday morning carried out strikes targeting nuclear and military installations in Iran. The sites of the strikes have not been identified, but black smoke was reporting rising over Iran's main nuclear enrichment facility at Natanz. There are reports also of strikes on residential buildings in secure compounds housing military officers. Iranian state media is reporting that the head of the paramilitary Islamic Revolutionary Guard, Hossein Salami, was killed in one of the strikes, and also the chief of staff of the Iranian Armed Forces, Mohammad Bagheri, and 2 senior nuclear scientists. And we'll have more news coming right up on France 24.
All right. In Israel, they are saying that those drones are going to take a couple of hours before they arrive to Israel. Yeah. And I'm sure they will hunt them down long before they arrive to Israel. I mean, maybe they will enter Israel, but they will be able to hunt them down before they can reach into cities. I hope so. 200 planes dropped 330. Okay. Well, we will see. Abdul learning Quran. Pakistan. Yeah, you know, I think here they are talking about Pakistan and kids.
If he is severely punished, all the madrasas will be afraid of abusing a child.
Pakistan, broken innocence, an investigation into sexual violence in the madrasas. Watch our special documentary on France 24 and France24.com.
Thousands of children in Pakistan being raped by the sheikh, you know. Thousands of children of the Islamic madrasa, which is madrasa means school in Arabic, they are being raped by the sheikhs and the mullahs of Pakistan, and nobody there to talk about it. So it looked like they make a documentary about those thousands of children. We don't know how the number, 10,000, 100,000, nobody knows. All the children, mostly those who join Islamic school, they are being raped, molested, used and abused. All right. Let us see the Iranian TV station. The live stream is either down or ended. Potato. Come on, fix it.
The older woman who was building, and there was no way for her to leave the building, but that was the last person that the firefighters eventually were able to rescue from this building.
Right, thank you, Gisa, for the update. Well, let us get back into the studio and talk to Mayam Azache, my colleague from the newsroom here. Mayam, can you tell us, of course, the mediator, the Omani foreign minister, said that these talks thrown into doubt. What do you think?
Government says Iran will write the end game. That's a good one. Oh boy. Oh boy, the Iranian TV does not function. Is that an Israeli airplane here is hitting the TV? Error code 230001? Is that a Kimchi number? Iranian TV, even your TV doesn't work. What's wrong with you? Potato. We have to keep refreshing and clicking, you know, nothing work. So guys, we have to wait for a couple of hours before the drones arrive to Israel. So all of us, we are required to pray for the safety of Israel, the safety of the people of Israel, no matter what their belief is. We pray for the Christians, for the Jews. We pray even for Muslims who live in Israel to be safe and not to be harmed. And we pray that God will give victory to Israel against this evil, filthy enemy who is satanic, driven and motivated by their hatred. So, you know, pray for good, and we hope good will come. DJ saying, don't lie. We want to know what Zakir Naik think about this escalation. Zakir Naik, until now, he announced nothing, and he did not call. I think maybe he is asleep in Pakistan right now or Bangladesh. Yeah, so I think he is, maybe he's having sex with his wife.
Of genocide, and at least being concerned about the reaction of their nations would stop them from continuing to support the Israeli regime, fund the Israeli regime, trying to help the Israeli regime break the blockade that was imposed on it by brave Yemeni fighters who were trying to stop this genocide. So we're not going to forget that, and no amount
this is the sound from
words will make up
from Iran
for the actions of Saudi Arabia and other countries that actually made this monster even stronger, that made it this bigger. And
Iranian regime speaking about genocide. What a bunch. Hey, you want to do muta? I mean, you don't look good at all. But I can have two Shia, they called me yesterday, they are looking for muta. Genocide, you coward, filthy. Yeah, hold on, Zakir Naik is calling. Hello? Quit breath. First of all, I condemn the attack in any Muslim country. But these are Shia. Quit breath. First of all, I condemn attacking any Muslim country. Okay, but I just said they are Shia. Is the Shia Muslims? Christian Prince, I have to go. Just answer me. Is the Shia Muslims? And what's about this circle cup appearing in the TV of the Iran? Is that because they are Shia and they keep circling around the grave of Ali? Christian Prince, first of all, you are lying. Thea don't circle. Thea go around. Okay? But isn't it around go is the same as circle? Christian Prince, you are so stupid. There's a huge difference between circling around and going around. It's very different. As an example, you go around, that means you go from the right to the left. You go circle, you go from the left to the right. But isn't it the same at the end? Christian Prince, I told you you are so stupid. There is a big difference. Because if you go from the left to the right, you arrive from the left to the right. But if you go from the right to the left, at the end you become a gay. What? What do you mean? Christian Prince, you are so slow. If you go from the left to the right, what you will become? Right. Exactly. If you go from the right to the left, what you become? Left. Exactly. You will become left, and that will make you a homosexual. Thank you very much. I got you busted. There's a big difference, going from the left to the right. But it's a circle anyway, Anyway, I'm not going to keep you longer. We will meet. I might go live again in the in the morning my time to see all the update. Actually, I will keep looking at the news. But as long the the Iranian attack will not be able to reach into Israel until like a few hours. So you can imagine the Israeli preparing for those drones. It's going to take them 4 or 5 hours before they arrive. I mean, they might even shoot them in the top of Iraq. Are you kidding me? What a bunch of potato Iranian stupid regime. And they will say to their citizen, we retaliate. They wipe the floor with you, Abdul. What a drone. Potato. So, pray for Israel. We pray for their victory. And we stand with Israel against those filthy terrorist regimes. We the Christians, we stand with Israel. And I say to you Muslims, the Lord, He promised those people, the one who become a Christian and the one who is still not, that He will gather them, He will bring them from every nation, and He promised them the land, and this is their land, and your hatred will not work. Your hatred will not bring you victory. Your hatred will destroy you. The most powerful poison a human being he can do to himself is hatred. You hate and you live by hate, you die with your hate. Your hate will poison you, will kill you. Those people, they live in the morning, the first thing they do when they pray to their filthy Allah, they say, oh Allah, don't make us like the lost Christians and the cursed Jews. Every day, 5 times a day. They are filled with hate. That's why they will never enjoy their life. That's why they are always sick. All Islamic society are the last one to claim to be happy. Because how you can be happy, even when they are eating, they are thinking about how to kill the Jews. Even when they are having sex, I want to have a baby so he can kill the Jews. Everything they do, they are thinking about how to kill, how to harm, how to hate. And such kind of people, they will never be victorious. Your evil is your enemy. It's not Israel. You are possessed. You are demonic. You are filthy. And we stand with Israel, and we are the crusade. Leave your comment, and I will be live again in a few hours. Until then, I say to you, may the Lord bless you. God is good. So is Jesus. And we are the crusade. See ya.